Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Break the Record Live, featuring Spelunky 2. My name is Bowie the Hero, and I'm joined by Argic and Ix to take you through 3 days of fantastic Spelunky 2 roguelike speed running action. As I say, this is day 2, and day 1 was a very, very exciting first day. So a bit different to other Break the Record Lives, we actually had 2 events going on. So first off, on Friday was a 1-day speedrunning event for the category All Shortcuts and Tiamat, where, once again, making 5 for 5, we did indeed break the world record. I say we, it was the current and even previous world record holder, DT, extending their world record by 13 seconds. So yes, once again, another record broken for the All Shortcuts and Tiamat category, which was a little bit shorter, about a 15 to 20 minute run, or sub 15 if you're the world record holder. But today and tomorrow, we're going to be having a very different approach to things. We're going to be doing a second category, a second event with a second prize pool, a little bit larger prize pool as well, of $5,000 rather than $3,000 for yesterday's event. Prize pool is courtesy of one of our sponsors, Mossranking, the developer of Spelunky 2. But today and tomorrow we're going to be playing Cosmic Ocean, which is going to be a very, very exciting run. So guys, what do you think about Cosmic Ocean? Ix, tell us a little bit about Cosmic Ocean and what that means for Spelunky 2.
Sure. So first of all, good morning. Can't wait to watch a lot of Spelunky 2 today. So yesterday we saw All Shortcuts plus Tiamat. That took us through the first 6 worlds of the game. We're going to go beyond that to a secret area called Sunken City in World 7 through 7.4, and then a double secret area in the Cosmic Ocean that begins at 7.5 and ends up all the way at the end at 7.99. So you're going to see a whole chunk of the game that we haven't seen before. You're going to see some actual glitches, some actual exploits potentially to help the runners get there with a full complement of items. We're going to see more branching than we did in All Shortcuts plus Tiamat. You're going to see runners make different decisions based on their comfort level with various items. The one in particular that's going to be standing out to me is the jetpack versus the Vlad's cape. One is faster, and the other one is a little bit safer, more reliable, and there just might be a comfort level for certain runners. But I'm looking forward to, once again, breaking the record live. We had the success yesterday, and this is the icing on the cake, but, you know, we may as well go for a couple sub-hour runs for Cosmic Ocean. But we've got the talent here to do it, and I hope we're able to put our minds and our focus on it.
Argic, obviously, you were saying, newer to the game and to these runs. Having a little bit of look at CO, kind of from what we saw yesterday. How do you feel today is going to go as like not just a speed run, but as an event? We're going to be a lot more. It's going to be a lot more endurance heavy. So how do you think that will affect runners?
Yeah, it's going to be a completely different experience from what our runners had yesterday. We've still got 5 runners who were participating in the All Shortcuts and Tiamat category yesterday, and we've got 2 new runners joining us for this category. So it's going to be interesting to see if they are still in the same mindset for All Shortcuts and Tiamat, looking to get those quick, speedy starts, and then realizing, no, wait, I have to pace myself because this is a potentially super long category. There's all the other different tricks and glitches, as you said. There's the routing on the fly that is now going to take more. It's going to have more weight to it in this case, because when you get into, my understanding of it being new to the game is, once you get into the Cosmic Ocean, the inventory that you have is all that you are given to go through it. Like, from that point, it's like when you step into that door, it becomes execution. And that's it. Like, you have to prepare yourself in the first part of the run ready to execute it. So you want to set yourself up for that best chance of success. But of course, with it still being Spelunky, RNG is always a factor. So it'll be interesting to see how our runners cope with any curveballs that they've been given. And, well, it is Spelunky. I wonder if we're going to see any more of those funny deaths and how our runners are going to react to them.
Most certainly, yeah. So a big thing to mention as well when it comes to Cosmic Ocean and how this is going to roll, and this is something that we're going to make sure that you all are aware of throughout the event, is that this is going to be a different way of ruling placings for the leaderboard, which you'll be able to see throughout the day, and we'll be basically showing you our special leaderboard. So normally when it comes to speedrunning, it's all about time. Even yesterday, it was how fast we managed to complete dungeons. However, with Cosmic Ocean, the ruling is going to be slightly different. We're going by the community's rules via mossrankings.com, which is the speedrunning hub for Spelunky 2. So if you're interested in checking out Spelunky 2, do go to mossrankings.com. But the way that Cosmic Ocean is kind of ranked is based on depth. How far do you get down? So getting to 780, kind of slow is better than getting to 779 kind of fast. But then if there is a tie in depth, that's when time takes over. So depth is the first thing we're going to be keeping track of. How deep do our runners get into Cosmic Ocean? And then from there, how fast can they do it? So I'd be interested to see if we're going to have a bunch of runners take, because it's going to be a longer category. World record is I think sub 1, like 57, I think, roughly. And then DT, our world record holder for AST, has like a 109, which is a bit of a difference when it comes to the world record. They're like 12 minutes kind of thing. So a lot to take note of. So different strategies in approach. Can we just get really deep into Cosmic Ocean, and from there can we get a better time going that far? So that's a big difference in rules. So I wanted to bring that up just so you are aware. So that will be the same when it comes to splits for our runners too, in terms of just what split can they get to, and then what time is attached to it.
Yeah, so just to build off of that, that's going to help us know who's in the current lead and what the current ranking is. I do believe that we're going to get quite a few runners completing Cosmic Ocean, and so that time component is going to feel very natural at the end of the event when we hopefully have potentially 7 completions. And I think everyone has the skill and the experience to complete this run, so that time is going to become more salient towards the end of the competition. But we got to know who's this is a race. We got to know who's in first place, second place at any given time.
Yeah. So a quick there's something I want to say. Yeah, so Argic mentioned that there's new runners, so we're going to have Blue Cadet and Buck are going to step out from today's event, and we're going to be having Spef and Xanagir jump in. So two new runners are we going to be seeing on the screen. We're going to be starting off by showing you a bit of them, give them some a chance to kind of show their stuff on stream for you. So we have a few new runners, and again, this is the thing. Like certain games, certain categories will be the thing to appeal to you. So not everyone may be interested in the AST category, but CO might be something that they're really for. We're about 8 minutes out from the start of the event. We're not going to do a no reset race because that's just the nature of day 2. This is it's a bigger and more grindy more grindy in terms of resets, but a bit more of an endurance test. So we're going to let the runners pace themselves when going through this.
It's actually something I was going to bring up there. It was just sitting in my head. It's like, oh, I've got a really good question. It's like, how are we doing no resets? It's like, wait, can we do a no reset for Cosmic Ocean? Especially if the start of it is how deep can you go? Because can you imagine a couple of runners getting through and then some of them land on floor 50, like 750. Some of them end up getting to 760. And you're like, wait a minute, how does this work then? I was like, because you can't reset, but you can die in the game anyway. And like, if the game just kills you, that's it. You're back at the start. So it's nice to know that our runners are going to be able to start the day here going as far as they possibly can. And they can decide, it's like, right, okay, am I prepared to take the dive into the Cosmic Ocean? It's like, if not, we'll start it again. We'll run our way through. We'll do the first 7 worlds there and see what's going to happen. Like, honestly, as a new player to the Spelunky series, but as a speedrunner, seeing Break the Record Live pull out this different type of event is quite exciting. Like, it's quite fun. I am looking forward to seeing how this day is going to develop and hopefully learn more. So when I inevitably get myself caught in the game, it's like, hey, I know what's coming now. No, there's no point in knowing what's coming. It's going to catch you anyway.
Yeah. It's a game that will always find ways to, as much as it'll always find a way to kill you. And I think yesterday definitely showed that as well. Very experienced runners been playing this, even if they're not like been playing Spelunky 2 for a while, they've been playing Spelunky as a whole for a long time, still finding ways to get caught out and different things. I think we never even talked about yesterday as well, which is like I think I was aware of, and it does slightly change things. It's like you can have like special things happen to the floors you go onto, and we didn't really talk about it too much. Like voice echoing, meaning you're in a massive floor, just knowing that this is going to be a large place to go through. probably not worth it. So yeah, it's like there will always be things to trip us up, and always things that can happen.
So yeah, we probably didn't talk about the level feelings like a darkness level and a voice echoes. Those are events that are triggered if you've been too slow in the previous stage. So they're random if you've gone above 30 seconds. And so we saw some really fast runs, and that's why we didn't see a ton of dark levels, for example. But there is certainly going to be differences in the sizes of levels in Cosmic Ocean. And that's going to be something that the runners have to realize in real time. And that's going to affect how they're going to be routing through the level, looking for those bubbles that we have to pop. And if that doesn't make sense to people just yet, you'll get to see a ton of Cosmic Ocean searches coming later today and tomorrow.
Yeah, there's obviously. Oh, go ahead, Argik. I see the finger point of I have a point.
You're saying we're going to see a lot of Cosmic Ocean. Are we going to see any jungle?
Oh
yes.
So I'm one of the jungle proponents. The main advantage of the jungle is you get a black market area, which is essentially 6 shops worth of good equipment. If runners are looking for jetpacks, they can either have a couple of early game resets in the dwelling area. That's the place with all the moles and all that fun. There's a secret shop at the end, but it's a very risky strategy. If they want jetpacks to be coming constantly, I think certain runners are going to be diverting to the jungle, but I was expecting more jungle yesterday. I was expecting more axolotls yesterday. So I will say I did have the prediction that we're going to break the record in AST, and I'm going to stand by that for yesterday. But yeah, we're going to see more jungle. There's also a chance that we see the temple level. It's a much harder area, but there's an item there that is very relevant for Cosmic Ocean. We saw a compass yesterday. There's an alien compass, which is going to direct the runners to the exit in the never-ending Cosmic Ocean world. Super helpful. It also can shave a lot of time on a per-level basis, but there's an upfront cost, which means they're going to be spending a few extra minutes and taking additional risks to get it. I honestly have no idea how many of the runners are going to be going for that. So I'm excited to see that. But yeah, we'll see jungle and we'll see temple. Hard predictions.
Yeah, I think jungle is definitely a thing. I mean, as you were saying, I remember kind of when I was like looking over it, a lot of people were mentioning specifically that the alien compass is a big reason to not go there and go to Volcana instead. And then because like items are the biggest thing. Like your loadout's going to be much more important. What you can pick up in those first 6 worlds to take into Cosmic Ocean. So. A load of people have been saying, I know that Krill is looking for jungle for like to kind of guarantee pace, because there are like giant spiders that kind of like drop pace, I believe, on kills, so or can at least. So trying to grab those and kind of confirm stronger weaponry, at least. So
the other thing I would say is there's another secret world in Eggplant World where you get another secret item that might be useful. It's another one where I don't know if the runners have a preference for having the Eggplant Crown, which replaces your starting item of a whip with throwing eggplant projectiles. I think we might see that. I'm less willing to make a prediction that surely we're going to see this, but at least one of the runners has that as their PB. So Hectic's current PB does go through that extra secret, and I don't know if that was a preference or if that just kind of worked out on that run, but we'll see. They'll have that opportunity.
Yeah. Well, we have to jump over to the game screen now because we have our runners all waiting and we're about a couple of minutes away from start. I'm going to drag in our 2 community casters for the day. We're going to be joined by Vlad and Carla Brown for our beginning. So I'll say thank you very much, Ix and Argik, for joining me in the morning. You guys will be back in just a couple of hours for your shifts, so thank you very much. Have a good morning. I hope you enjoy the action. We will do our best to keep you entertained as well. But thank you. Let's go over to the games, and I'll bring in our community casters. So first off, I'll drag in Mr. Vlad and say, hello, Vlad, welcome.
Hello, thanks for having me again.
How are you feeling? Just a couple of thoughts before we jump into these runs.
Feeling great. Very excited to see some Cosmic Ocean after all the amazing All Shortcuts action from last night.
Good. Any kind of like obviously we're going to be seeing Xanagir and Spef for the first time. So what can you tell us about these runners?
I don't know Xanagir very well. I think he's pretty new since Spelunky 2, but Spef has been one of the biggest Spelunky runners since the days of HD. So a very talented Spelunky player, and I'm sure Xanagir has also been doing great himself in Spelunky 2.
Excellent. Good to know. Obviously, we have a lot of people to show. With that, I'll also bring in our other community casters just to get a quick word from them. So I'll drag them in as well and say good morning. It's definitely morning, I think, for most people apart from Doug. Good morning, Carla Brown. Hope you're doing well. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing fine. Thanks for having me again.
No worries.
Great cast.
Very different vibe, I feel, today as well. Moving into a very different run. Anything that you're looking forward to today?
I'm hoping to see a bit riskier plays, because for this category, you need to go a bit safer and look at your health a lot, because it's mostly an endurance test. And to break the record, I think we will have to push that a bit. So that's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Just as a quick update, obviously we're past the hour, but we're just needing to sort out a couple of technical things, and then we will jump over to the game screen before then. So you will be continuously looking at Ix, Argic, and I's face for now. I hope you're enjoying our faces.
Apologies.
But why are you apologizing for your face? Our faces are wonderful. And don't worry, you'll see many runners' faces as well. I know that the casters' faces are hidden from view, but don't worry. Just believe me when I say they're also beautiful people. So yeah, it's technical issues. These things happen, but welcome to live production. That's how it always goes. And nothing can go perfect day one. So what I will ask as well, whilst I have you casters here, and obviously hosts are here as well. Yesterday was fun. We had a new record. Kind of, what did you think overall of yesterday's show? And kind of like going from that show to this one, kind of what are you going to be, I guess, eyeing specifically in terms of differences from our runners, especially when it comes to the start of these runs.
So I can take that first. So yesterday was better than I expected, frankly. So we've used All Shortcuts plus Tiamat as a racing category more so than a grind style category. I think it worked out that we had a way to keep the momentum going with runners coming in and out, new people talking on commentary. So I think this style of competition might recur. Probably not the full 12 hours that we did yesterday, but I think this idea of focusing on a particular category can certainly work out. And then today it's a whole different ball game. I'm really excited of looking for being told.
No. I mean, yeah, you're perfectly okay to finish your thought. I just wanted to.
The Tuna Runner Spef, so legend in Spelunky HD and also a couple other games. Just want to say Xanagir has been very helpful in putting out those sorts of instructional videos for the broader community beyond just speedrunning, and has also had tons of success in Cosmic Ocean, including one half of the first team to make it to the end of Cosmic Ocean in co-op mode. So very, very safe, but very good runner.
Excellent. Well, thank you very, very much for that. Apologies, but we do just need to quickly take the stream down for a moment just to reset a couple of things. And when we come back, everything will be sorted and we'll be able to jump into our run. So sorry for the slight delay in starting. But we're just going to drop the stream. So don't go anywhere. I'm pretty sure there's going to be plenty of flaming picnic baskets. But if you can refrain, we'll see if we can do that. Probably not. But yeah, we'll be back in just a couple of moments. Morning and welcome back to Break the Record Live. Thank you very much for your patience whilst we just had to take down the stream and bring that back up. I believe everything's now fixed and sorted. So all the tech issues have been resolved. We can breathe a sigh of relief. Argic, thank you. I was waiting for your sigh of relief. I appreciate that. We are going to be jumping into our first run very, very short. I say first run. We're going to be starting the runners off very, very shortly. Just going to get that confirmation that it's something that all the runners are ready to do. Okay, so I believe. Let me just check that. Okay, cool. We're over on the game screen. We have 5 of our 7 runners are available. So once again, I'll say thanks to Argik and Ix for joining me for the intro. And hope you have a good time watching. Vlad, Carla Brown, you guys are going to be joining me for the first couple of hours, or the first hour to 2 hours here. So, yeah, Spef and Xanagir are brand new runners. We're going to be having a little focus on Xanagir at the beginning of this, and yeah. So you were saying that Xanagir's put like a lot of work into kind of supporting the community. Yes, I heard that right.
Yes, he has been making a lot of the tutorial instructions and also, generally speaking, a content creator for the game, which introduced more people to the whole Spelunky franchise and Spelunky speedrunning, which is, nice.
Yeah, it's always nice when you have someone like part of the community who always works like that, just to kind of like do that work that is generally great for newcomers, that outreach to help the community grow. It's a very important part of creating a speedrunning community, is making it accessible to others.
True. Shout out to Mossranking again for being one of the best sites for speedrunning in general. A great community.
Okay, so right then, Planks is asking everyone to return to the restart point. So as soon as everyone's waiting on the restart point, it will be time to go. And we'll do a quick cheeky countdown here for day 2. And Cosmic Ocean can begin. And then Carla Brown and Vlad will take you through the whole lot. And these two know their stuff. Don't worry. You do know your stuff, right?
Mostly.
Yeah. You can never know enough about these kinds of games. Seems like everyone's ready. Right then. It seems like a group's ready, Spef's ready, Krill's ready, Xana's ready, just waiting on Hectique. Oh, Hectique is ready as well. Right then. I will do it from 5. Here we go. Right then. Day 2, Break the Record Live, Spelunky 2, Cosmic Ocean in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Alright.
We're underway.
Here we go.
Get this boulder rolling.
So this will be familiar. We've seen this before. We've seen this a lot.
Yes, we've seen this, but it should be a bit different. In All Shortcuts, the first levels are more about just blazing through as fast as you can in short segments. Here, it will be more about starting to accrue resources for the rest of the run. So get crates if you can. Maybe go for the Ujadai to get yourself on the path to Hunden.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe get some health. Get a Kapala if you can, if you find the Kali altar. So should be a bit more slow-paced.
Yeah. One thing you're going to see is going to be very interesting for you guys is looking down at the leaderboard. That will be updating like live consistently whenever someone reaches a new depth. So that will be consistently updated with brand new depths. So that leaderboard is going to be hectic for a while until we get our first like really, really deep pushes. That was a really, really nice steal that Xanagir did earlier, grabbing loads of bomb boxes and has over 20 bombs right now. So
yeah, and now the paste, that is excellent.
Yes, the paste is an important item just because it makes your fighting abilities for things like the Shoppy here or later on to clear terrain to avoid one of the deadliest foes in the game later on. It's a good utility item and most runners will pick it up. There's basically no reason not to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If they can find it, that is.
Yeah. So this is what the golden key is used for. Is used to open that chest.
Excellent. So
Yeah,
in yesterday's event, we used the key for not its intended purpose, because we just needed to deliver it. But for the base game, you have to, or you can use it to open this chest that has the Ujed Eye, which is an item that allows you to see items and gems in the crust, but also has some other special properties that we will see in the later zones.
Absolutely. And one thing we can say about Zanagir is that he decided to bomb the shopkeeper. So that pretty much prevents him from getting forgiveness from now on. It's something you usually tend to avoid if you can in the early game, because not having shopkeepers at every exit can make your life easier in the further levels.
Yeah, looks like Zanagir is going Volcana, so where there are going to be a lot more jungle you're going to be seeing for World 2.
Yes.
Zanagir sticking to the Volcana.
Well,
Yeah.
I think I've heard that Zanagir just likes Volcana a lot more, but for other people, the decision might lie in the fact if they get paced some other way, because in jungle you are able to get paced from an enemy, that is very common there, and in Volcana you don't get those chances, so you have to hope for a crate pace or from a shop.
Yeah. So this is a very important part of this run as well, and that is doing this challenge in particular. So this grants you the item that was just picked up there by Zanagir, Hoyi's bow, which is one part of like 2 halves that you need to access Cosmic Ocean. So a very important item to grab now, and can be stored later in a very specific way.
One thing that might be interesting to note, just as a speed factor here, in the challenge you have to use the medic to get to the bow, and the challenge only lets you get out of the room once the medic breaks. So instead of actually depleting it completely by
Well, there you go.
well,
Really good start. Hundreds of bombs, sticky paste, and yeah.
it just happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, he didn't actually deplete all of the Madoc because that would take a lot more time. So instead, he just used a push block to break the Madoc in a non-intended way, and that also just ends the run. And he found a great shop. So
yeah,
maybe we will see the extra fast way to do this.
Yeah. Whilst that's going on there as he's resetting, would like to see Spef is currently in jungle, so it'd be nice to kind of have a little look at jungle to get a better vibe for it. So let's jump over there and have a look.
Yeah, and he's got the jetpack and paste, so really now he just needs to accrue more bombs and to be really well set for what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
One of the ways you can get bombs in the jungle is to rescue the 3 green-haired sisters with names I never seem to remember.
Parsley,
I don't know if it
basil, and something else. I think a lot of people just call them the Salad Sisters. It's a funny name.
But yeah, I don't know if there is one in 2.2, one in 2.3, and one in 2.4. They are in background rooms, specific background rooms. And
So
I don't know if he went for the first one or the second.
So the Salad Sisters appear on Olmec in a spot. If you, depending on how many of the 3 you save, you get a different reward, and if you save them all, you get a bomb box, which is what most people want. Also, what we saw there was Spef went into the black market to get this damsel or cat to sacrifice it, and the black market is also the thing the casters mentioned earlier, where you will get a lot of resources if you rob it or have the money for it. So let's see what Spef's gonna do here.
Yeah, here we're a bit short of money because the Hedget that you kind of need to get in there costs 40,000, and Spef only has 34k. So I expect him to rob the shop and kill the shopkeepers.
Yeah.
So one thing to mention, if he's going to rob the place, is that buying out bombs and things that can explode can be a good idea. Oh, he's
keeping the hat.
Aha. He's
Interesting.
planning on doing a more difficult skip later on. But we will talk about that when we get there, I think.
Yes.
But yeah, if you
Zanig
had
is on jungle as well on his second run through, just quickly on the sides. And looking, if you look over at Grump's screen, he just defeated Olmec in all 3 phases because this is a pretty important item for this category. If you want to talk about the Ankh there,
yes,
Vlad or Carly, whoever wants to.
you go, Vlad.
Sorry, what happened? I was
the Ankh item that gets grabbed for defeating Olmec.
Oh yeah, so basically the Ankh allows you to get revived when you die once, and it's used if you use it in a specific location in the temple or in
Tide
pool. It allows you to access a secret level and a secret boss, and that is, in theory, required to get to the true ending of the game. But a lot of skips have been found and ways to avoid that long path, and that typically allows you to keep the Ankh that you're supposed to lose, for example, or just bypass it entirely
for extra safety in CO, Cosmic Ocean. What we saw here is a skip. So Groom fought Olmec all the way down and then climbed from an entrance on the bottom of the lava back up to get the Ankh. Speff here used 5 bombs instead to get the Ankh a bit faster, and now he does not have to worry about actually bringing Olmec all the way down. So instead he can just deposit the item in that little shop that is Waddler. He can pick up 2 items for you, and you can bring them through different zones without you actually having to pick them up. But he only spawns on specific levels, so you can't just drop an item there and get it whenever you want.
Yep. So here we have a difference of opinion with Speff going to the Tide Pool and Groom to the Temple. I think Temple is going to be pretty rare. It has a lot of drawbacks compared to the Tide Pool. I guess I'm not even sure why you would want to go Temple, to be honest. For altars, maybe?
We have the secret item the alien compass, but I don't know if Groom is on the path to get that item, so I actually don't know.
Yes, he has it. So yeah, you're right.
He already picked it up. All right. So he wanted to get the cosmic
the alien compass, which has 2 uses. First, it reveals the position of the alien mothership in the ice caves. That will probably not be a very useful thing for us. And second, unlike the normal compass, it reveals the position of the exit in the cosmic ocean. So it can make navigating the ocean that much safer and easier, because sometimes locating the exit is a difficult and dangerous task in the ocean.
Especially if you get chased by the jellyfish.
Yes.
But one downside for going that way is that you don't get the extra item from the challenge that Groom just did, the Star Challenge. The Star Challenge in the temple gives you the elixir, which gives you a lot of health and cures all of your status afflictions. And as you can see on Speff's run, he has a gun, which is the clone gun, which you get from the Star Challenge in the Tide Pool. And anything you shoot with that gets duplicated. And the plan is to bring that into a later level to get a lot of bombs and ropes later on.
Yes, and another drawback of the temple is that you cannot do the very easy Ankh skip that allows you to get the tablets to continue the unhunted path while keeping your Ankh. So he will have to either drop the Ankh or do the harder cheating skip later in the game. And looks like he does spend the Ankh.
But not on the thing he needed.
Not on purpose.
Oh no.
So we get worse of both worlds. And he just has to reset
for that.
Yeah.
Resetting is a
The
lot faster
temple-
in this as well. You don't have to reset shortcuts. You just pretty much go back to the beginning of the dungeon. And also to keep you as well updated on how it looks on the leaderboard, you will be seeing again, the first and foremost is the depth they make. And then afterwards it will see the time that they got there. So yeah, it'll be updating a lot. That leaderboard is going to be crazy for a long, long time. But yeah, so far Speff is currently in the lead with 6-1. He's the first person today to get to Neo Babylon. And yeah, so we're going to stick here just to kind of see what happens after we get to 6-4 and getting to that World 7 and accessing Cosmic Ocean. So
We're gonna see some advanced threats. Since Speff opted to not go for the what we call the chain, to go to the secret area in the intended way, quote unquote. So gonna see some tight movement later on, but for now just have to get there and without losing the jetpack, because that is a key item for that skill that we are gonna do.
Like, if you're Speff here, do you grab a random Uchauti just in case? Since he was so close to the room.
I wouldn't. I would try to be confident in my abilities to not get hit by things that make my jetpack explode.
Yeah, that's
But-
right.
Just grabbing a random, how do you pronounce it? Ushamki?
Uchapti? I'm not too sure.
That's an item that normally allows you to do what Speff is going to do right now, but with a lot more safety. Because he's gonna go all the way up.
bye.
You can completely ignore Tiamat. She's not interesting for this type of run. So there's a lot of lasers going on here, and here you can see Speff
And
using the
nicely
jetpack to
done.
its fullest extent. Nicely done. Very
So you're
well.
not supposed to be able to do that. Normally, you have a specific mount designed to ascend there, and runners have found a variety of ways to tackle this task without having to go through the whole chain and
Yes.
get the mount. Really well done by Speff here.
Speff went up the middle with a lot of rope uses, which is probably the fastest way to do it, because you don't have to do any extra distance. But a way to do that without using any resources in form of ropes is to fly to the sides, because on the sides there are little indentations where the lasers shoot out, and from there you can refuel your jetpack to actually get all the way up.
This is this world was always so gross. So there's another challenge to be done here to get the other half of the 2 items needed. So
Yes.
the Hoyi bow is one part, and the other part is the light arrow. So yeah, there's a quick jobby down here. I believe it's this one
It's
in order to
this
get the
one,
light arrow.
the Sun Challenge.
Really
So,
stressful.
It's a very stressful challenge we're gonna watch right now. So you get locked into this room with a lot of spawners for enemies, but Speff is a smart person and just destroys the spawners, and now he's in a safe spot. So it's basically just a waiting game for people who know what's going to happen, but for new players who are not aware what's going on, it's a death trap a lot of times. So you can see there is this arrow of light on the side, which he will have to use later on. And here you can see him duping those bags, which have a lot of bombs and ropes in them. Now he has basically maxed out his resources and is full ready for all the things that Cosmic Ocean has to offer.
So go back into
each
the-
bag is 24 bombs, 24 ropes, and by getting to do them 3 times, it's like a full refill on both.
And then go
So-
back to the storage to grab the bow again. And then-
Exactly. One more thing to mention here, he's looking for getting the. That was only more health, right? No
Yeah,
part?
the royal jelly
Royal jelly.
for 6 more
Um,
health and 4 more with Mama.
So what he's doing now is to sit on this statue slab. If you stay there for like 10 seconds or something without moving, you will get some health as a reward for your time investment. Motherly love. That's
So
a
yeah,
little
22
secret
health.
that was actually discovered pretty late. So also to mention, this is actually the secret zone. Maybe you should have mentioned, or secret zone, called the Sunken City. I'm not actually sure why it's called the Sunken City. It does not look sunken nor like a city. But it's interesting because you have this worm tiles. We call them worm tiles, or the people who were HD runners call them worm tiles, because in HD there was extra room to go through. That was the worm that had these kinds of tiles, and they returned in Spelunky 2 in a different context. And also a weird quirk about this zone is the fact that water has inverted gravity. So as you can see, that water there just falls up to the ceiling.
Yep, and it's also it's like the only area in the game where you have to ascend and not go down, which does make a difference in practice. Especially when you don't have the jetpack, it can be arduous sometimes and costly in ropes in your first few times here.
That's true.
And now into the boss, the true last boss of the game.
So we are not gonna see the boss for a while. So off screen, we actually have a weird egg thing chasing us. There it is. During his ascent up, he's gonna have 2 heads pop out, which you have to kill to actually defeat the boss. So Speff is killing them as early as he can with that bomb there that sadly missed. He has the bombs to spare, so 99 or how many he has right now. So there are the 2 heads, the chicken and the snake head.
Okay, he got some damage on a chicky.
Got 2 bombs on the snake.
Yep.
And okay.
Goodbye, snake head. So yeah, normally you're kind of supposed just to flee from the boss and then fight it in this dedicated arena here.
Yes,
with
you don't get crushed.
With respawning blocks and stuff. And down he goes, and you see this giant's eye inviting your arrow.
Pretty kind of obvious in retrospect what you have to do there.
Yeah, and Speff is our first player to make it to the Cosmic Ocean.
Also with a really good time. So welcome to the Cosmic Ocean, the bottomless looping zone. So everything's floaty here, and as you can see, we are right now in a zone or area resembling the Volcana from the normal base game. Yes, the special thing about this is it's a few floating chunks in the middle, and if you fall down long enough, you just reappear on the bottom. As you can see, there's a lava thing falling around, and that is the cosmic jellyfish, which acts like the ghost in terms of you can't kill it, but it can kill you very easily.
And it chases you.
And it chases you, but the movement is a bit different, and it doesn't split like unlike the ghost. So,
the idea is to like break 3 orbs on each floor, which then allows you to get through the door. But upon breaking the 3rd one, that's what activates the jellyfish. And as the guys are saying, the world loops. If you fall, you kind of just loop round back to the top, and the same when it wraps around to left and right. So it's a very different approach compared to like anything else in the game.
Yeah, your first time here can be quite confusing.
It's still quite confusing. A lot of runners.
You don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. It's like, well, is there an exit? And then you figure out about the bubbles.
So it's usually just about finding out the direction that the jellyfish is coming in and then baiting it around in certain ways.
Yes, the jellyfish always spawns on top of the exit door where you want to go through, and breaking the orbs gets rid of, or like makes the jellyfish move. And so you can somewhat determine or like preemptively know where the jellyfish is coming from if you know where the exit are and where the last orb is you're gonna break. Spef is getting a lot of good setups with visible tails of the jellyfish and all the orbs directly next to each other. That's really good for speed.
Yeah. So looking at the record, right, we got like almost like 100 floors to get through at this point, and the record is looking at like sub 1, which is about 30 seconds per floor we're looking at. So that's, and right now 9 seconds, 11 seconds, like it's so far so good, but it's just a long way to go.
Temple is one of the worst possible.
Yes, Temple
for this.
Temple and Neo Babylon are, I think, considered the most difficult because in Neo Babylon there's a lot of things that just explode, and if you have a jetpack that can remove the only form of mobility you have. And Temple is just mean because it just crushes you in a lot of unfair situations, and the fact that there's poison and curse as a status effect that enemies can afflict to you, like that cat there that Spef is bombing, has that dust shooting out which will curse you, and curse makes it so that you have only 1 health and can't increase it any other way. So you really do not want to get cursed. While poison just makes it so you take damage every 30 seconds.
Yeah, poison is manageable with health and the Kapala. You can like kind of try to gain 1 health every 30 seconds with the Kapala and balance it out more or less, but it's still very uncomfortable. And curse is basically instant death mode.
Yeah, the whole Kapala is actually one of the key items, I would say, because you're getting just slowly chipped away at your health is a very likely thing to happen. And yeah, there's a lot of, if we get to Volcana again, we can have situations where we have looping lava drips, which is something no one wants to see in any situation, but sometimes it just happens because, like I said, Neo Babylon tends to just explode.
Dwelling 1, it's kind of nice. So looking further afield, we have Xanagir currently in 7-1. Krill just starting 7-1 after beating 6-4 as well. So those guys are getting into the Sunken City, and they'll be jumping into Cosmic Ocean very, very soon. If you are just joining us for the first time, today at least, this is a different category to yesterday. The first time to Break the Record Live is doing this. Yesterday was All Shortcuts and Tiamat. Today and tomorrow will be Cosmic Ocean. A very, very different approach to speedrunning Spelunky 2, much more endurance heavy, as we see Spef tackle with or struggle to get past the jellyfish, and there he goes. So yeah, 799 is the goal, or 798 clearing is the goal. Rankings are based on the depth that our runners get, and then time will only play a part when there's a tie in depth. So if two people complete the Cosmic Ocean, whoever completed it faster will, be considered, the winner in that scenario. But first and foremost, depth, which is a very, very different rule set that we've had as well. There's a $5,000 prize pool today and tomorrow, again courtesy of our sponsors, and Mossranking particularly, who the developer of Spelunky 2, who has helped make this event possible. So thank you very much to them. It's exciting times. We're just getting started. We're about 30 minutes into the first few runs that are coming out from our runners. People are starting again, and they'll be resetting whenever they want. There's no reset here because it's just too much to ask. So when someone dies, that is a completed run essentially. So you might as well just go for resets. Yeah, if you are just joining us again, my name's Bowie. I'm joined by 2 community casters here in Kylie Brown and Vlad. Resident experts on all things Spelunky 2.
Alright, maybe we should check out Xanagir's situation or Cruz, because for Spef it's like he's right now in one of the more difficult zones, but maybe seeing the ascension from Xanagir again, or Krill, who is in the Sun Challenge again. Just completed it a similar way as F did, with just finding the safe spots.
And Xanagir is about to hit the Sun Challenge as well, I believe. He just got the bow back from Wadler.
So Krill did not have the dupe gun to get extra resources, but the resources are not necessary for completing it. They can be useful for making safe paths and somewhat speed it up. But most of the time, if you want to go real fast, not doing the challenges will save you a few minutes during a run. So it's a trade-off, I'd say. Anyway, Krill getting through. Krill is being very liberal with the shooting of the arrow. A lot of players don't like that too much because it can happen that the arrow just... Oh,
The frog's in!
going on?
Krill, the frog's in!
He has the health to tank it, luckily.
Yeah, I was wondering what he was doing. He must have been checking something, but I don't think he was aware that the frog was slowly but surely getting the right angle to get in.
Creepy crawl.
Oh, bless.
Yeah, in this game, frogs walk, unlike Spelunky. Terrifying.
Walking frogs is very strange. The first time I saw that, I was a bit weirded out. They move so strangely. Yeah, I was going to say that shooting the arrow is... some people don't like that because shooting the arrow makes the arrow lie on the floor for a bit, and if it lies on a spot where one of the worm tiles or bubble wrap tiles was or like is destroyed, once they respawn they crush anything that is in there. They don't move it to the side and only crush it when there is no more space to go. They just crush it instantly. So they are a bit more dangerous than the HD variant of them. But if you know and go collect your arrow fast enough, you shouldn't have to worry about getting your key items getting crushed or yourself getting crushed.
Okay, and we also have an answer from Krill about why he didn't dupe the sack with the clone gun. It's because he didn't get the Sun challenge in 7-1, so he couldn't carry the clone gun and the bow into 7-2.
Ah, okay.
Which is what he was telling us when he got hit by the frog. Paid 1 health to enlighten the bad casting team.
This guy's going ham though, like listening to the stream and playing the game at the same time. That means we can send him messages mid-stream. That'd be good.
We can be influential.
Yeah.
Krill, you're great.
Give us a thumbs up if you're having fun. We're going to keep an eye on his reactions now. But yeah, going to go for this boss.
So yeah.
So it seems like, yeah, there's been less general kind of like progress on defeating... Okay, cool. What was I saying? Both the heads there, but... there it is. Into Cosmic Ocean. And the grind begins now. But you can see the difference in terms of time. Like, Krill's in here, 17:14 entry into Cosmic Ocean, where, you know, looking at Xanagir right now, you know, same area, 6 or 7-4 being completed, 24 minutes. And this is where the difference is that regardless of how you know much slower right now Xanagir is.
I just noticed something. Xanagir actually does not have the Arrow of Light. So I wonder if something went wrong here.
Did he drop it?
If he dropped it, it's very likely it got crushed because the floor moves slowly up. But
Oh, and he's trapped in a corner? No. Okay.
Something weird is going on.
He got the spikes here.
It's going very, very well for Xanagir there. Over there.
Okay, if the arrow is still alive, it's not game over just yet.
But I think he's not gonna continue with that. 4 health for Cosmic Ocean is doable because one of the, you know, we talked a lot of smack about the about the temple in Cosmic Ocean, but one of the few upsides it has is that it can spawn mummies, and the mummies have an attack where they shoot flies at you, and during that animation they also shoot out some quote-unquote blood, which is actually vomit, but it serves the same purpose as normal blood droplets, so they fill up your Kapala. And if you get a good setup, you can actually just wait for 2 minutes and get up to like 60 health or something crazy like that on one mummy.
In terms of clarification, it seemed that, I think the Sun challenge didn't spawn, and that's kind of interesting that can be a thing, considering it's a requirement to get as far.
Yeah, I think it never happened to me.
I actually didn't know that can happen.
It might just be that, is it just one of those things where it just could have been somewhere and it wasn't checked? Like, it has to appear, but maybe didn't check it? Or, I mean, surely the runners would be, vigilant enough to always check everywhere because it is a mandatory requirement. So, interesting.
So we have Twiggle joining us as well. Started his streaming, and
yeah,
gonna check him out if there's anything interesting going on over there.
Twiggle, yeah. I mean, he's just started, so we can pop him up for a little bit as we have Krill and Speff, just getting into the grind of the whole thing. Looking over to Grump, he's got a telepack. It's a jetpack. I thought I saw a warp. I thought I saw a warp, but it was just other colors. Sorry.
If we get to see a telepack in Cosmic Ocean, I will be baffled because that is a very risky take. But
that would also surely be the fastest, though. It'd be an absolute,
definitely the fastest. But being consistent. I mean, finishing a run with a telepack is already kind of hard and very inconsistent, and doing that for 99 levels or longer is ambitious to say the least. But maybe it's gonna definitely be something to look out for in case we get there.
And I think a big part of interest when it comes to specifics of this run as well is going to be that build up to getting there. So these earlier levels and how they're going to be itemizing and going for their build throughout the early part of the game is quote unquote where the majority of the interest and like strategy of this particular approach lies. And then as we were saying, when it comes to Cosmic Ocean, it's just at that point execution. And good orbs for Krill specifically on that floor as well. So
yes, you don't want to spend too much time in any level that has things that make your jetpack explode. One thing to mention as well is that most of the runners are probably gonna reset for jetpack. For many of the let's say casual completions for Cosmic Ocean, many people will just be fine with taking Vlad's Cape, which is an item we have not seen at all in this tournament so far, but maybe we will if someone decides to actually go the chain route instead of doing the kill and skip that we saw Speff do, and I think also Groom just did. I think we missed that one, sadly. But
yeah, I do feel like someone went to a different area, like one of the secret areas, like the very dark and red area. I believe someone did grab I saw a cape earlier, but I think the run just died afterwards, so it wasn't.
It wasn't in focus. Oh well.
Yeah. And it didn't last either. So yeah.
Vlad's Cape has the upside that it does not explode if you get into a hot situation, but it also isn't as versatile as a jetpack. And it takes a bit of time to get there because, like you saw with a jetpack, you can just fly straight up and avoid everything. And for the cape, you have to dig a bit and actually kill the enemy that drops the cape. So that's a bit of time investment as well.
Indeed. So we're hitting the 45-minute mark for this the start of Cosmic Ocean. With that in mind, it is time to take a quick break. And we will be right back with more Cosmic Ocean. We've got all day, 12 hours as usual for our runners to get runs going. After 1 p.m. CET, we will lock out all resets. It would be weird to kind of see someone start a brand new run at 1 p.m. and go for like 3 hours and clean out. So we'll probably have a look at how that looks later on. But it seems that we've got a few people in Cosmic Ocean getting into the grinder of that thing. Krill and Speff looking really good. 7:28 and 7:13 for those two as they look to go as deep as possible into the Cosmic Ocean. I want to thank our sponsors again, of course. Mossmouth, first and foremost, the developer of this game, supporting with the prize pool. Kaspersky and Twitch, as always, for the support, and then ViewSonic Elite as well for helping make these events possible. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere, and come back for more Spelunky 2 roguelike action. Welcome back, everybody, to Break the Record Live, featuring Spelunky 2. It's day 2 of 3 here, and we're getting underway with the Cosmic Ocean event for this week. And as if you were watching yesterday, you'll remember that we were doing All Shortcuts and Tiamat. Well, it's a very different approach today, as it's all about the endurance test that is Cosmic Ocean. 99 floors, roughly, after completing the main game. And getting through 6-4. It's going to be all about building arsenals and building an approach to a massive endurance test. There's a $5,000 prize pool available to our runners as they are looking to go as deep as possible into the Cosmic Ocean. Time is only a factor when there's a tie in how far our runners go. So if 2 people complete the Cosmic Ocean, that's when time matters. Or if 2 people are sitting there on 779, then time matters in that regard. Until then, it's just about depth. So we're going to be seeing a lot more areas and a lot more things that we didn't see yesterday. Thank you again very much to our sponsors, Kaspersky, Twitch, ViewSonic Elite, and Mossranking for helping make this event possible. My name is Bo the Hero, and I'm joined by Carla Brown and Vlad, community casters, to take you through the action and tell you all about the wonderful world of Spelunky 2.
Yeah. All right. So we saw Twiggle here going to the special zone in Volcana, taking that Vladscape that we mentioned before the ad break, I think. So,
yep. So now he has the hats and the Vladscape. So Vladscape allows you basically to get a double jump and to float down on the second jump. So it's a really good mobility item. Not quite as good as the jetpack. But a close second, especially if you can get the jumping boots, the spring shoes, along with it, which is not the case so far for Twiggle.
Twiggle also deciding to do the Olmec fight the normal way, with bringing him all the way down to the lava pool and then climbing back up to get the Ankh.
Yeah, I suspect Twiggle's strat might be to secure a finish early and then try for speed rather than just go for speed right away.
Seems reasonable.
That's the vibes his phrase is giving me here.
Hectic is also into the Cosmic Ocean, just defeating Handan. But yeah, now he's also into the more endurance type part of the run.
We have one runner currently AFK. They'll be joining us a little bit later, but it's going to be having all 7 runners is the goal. We will get there before long, do not worry.
Oh, can we switch to Groom?
Yeah, of course.
There's something interesting going on.
Oh yeah, he's drinking some blood. Well, quote-unquote blood.
That is actually something I did not know. Like, there you can see he's just standing there and waiting for the mummy to attack him and spit his vomit onto him. And with the Kapala you can see the health going up very consistently. I didn't know that you can block the flies with a corpse that you can just hold. That's actually something that is new to me, because I
didn't know
already
either.
do the
It's
HD
convenient.
stuff. That is very convenient, actually.
How much HP do you need here, Groom? 67's enough. There we go. So, nice.
You
Well,
wanna
he-
have a lot of health, yes.
He will go for 99, I guess, if he could, but you have to be very careful not to get yourself stuck in a temple with no time, because once you're chased by the 2 jellyfish plus the blocks everywhere, it can end your life very quickly, so can't
Right.
spend a lot of time in here.
I think we didn't mention that, but if you spend too much time in the level, after 3 minutes, a second jellyfish spawns, and when you afterwards, if you then break the last bubble, you have 2 jellyfish chasing after you, so it's a bit more hectic. But
You can see the
you
other
get
one. Yeah, you can see the other one in the background, just chilling for a little bit.
exactly. One of those gets to there and thinks, gonna mess up this person's day. But yeah, also Groom went up to like 60, 70 health. That is extra safety, but there's still a lot of things that can just insta-kill you. especially in Cosmic Ocean, since all the levels just loop around from top to bottom and left to right. If you just get stunned and fall for a very long time, after a certain amount of falling time, you just die instantly because the impact deals a crazy amount of damage. It scales weirdly. It's like 1, 2, 18 and instant kill or something like that. I actually don't know if the numbers are correct, but it scales very quickly. So after a certain point, the extra health is not that needed, because if you would die, no amount of health would stop you. That is an interesting bubble line there. But yeah, it's just something to mention.
Ooh, another temple level for Groomp, and it looks very thick and lots of traps. Not your favorite kind, typically.
Yes, the temple is... Oh, just barely avoiding spit there. He has the Ankh as a failsafe in case he gets poisoned or crushed or something.
Yeah, poison is the other big reason why you would want a lot of health. Like, you're probably not getting chipped for 99, but you can get poisoned for 90 over time.
That's true.
Just getting rid of any traps. This is again the beauty of the bomb, just the nope, not dealing with that mechanic.
Yep, not having paste kind of hurts though. He needs to time the whips and stuff. Oh, he got cursed.
He got cursed.
Here goes his first life.
There are a lot of cats, and there's, I think, a second one coming from up top because one of them was falling down. So look up from above.
And all of that HP gain for naught.
Yep. Well, he's in Temple again, so if he just finds a mummy, he can redo it.
I think there wasn't one on this one, sadly.
I didn't see one either. Well, you know, it's 7-9. There is more Temple to come.
Yeah, looking a bit wider. Speff still on that first run, down to 740 right now at 42 minutes.
Really good.
Yeah, we've got Krill on 727, still going strong there, 32 HP and fairly not digging too deep into the resources just yet. Yeah, we've got a Twiggle down to 4-3 now. Yeah, pushing themselves onto the board. Most people have already made it to floor 7-4 at minimum. As you say, Groomp and Hengteek obviously also in Cosmic Ocean, well into that one. Hecteek, he's at 7-14. Looking good.
These times are looking really nice.
One of the parts of it as well, like, because a lot of people tend to focus on, you know, the speed of the Cosmic Ocean floors themselves. You know, like a sub 30-second floor is obviously fantastic. But, you know, getting to CO in the first place, you know, making sure that is fast and, you know, really good. You know, the difference between like a 24-minute CO versus like a 15-minute CO is, yeah, big deal.
It's gonna change something. Maybe we can check out Twiggle. I don't know exactly what he's trying to do right now.
He's trying to get corpses for a Kapala, I guess.
Getting the Kapala before going to Duat. I think he will try to go to Duat because he seems to have also dropped his Vlad's cape, I assume.
Yes, it would seem so.
He's gonna sacrifice himself on that altar once he gets to the gets the Kapala, because like we mentioned earlier, Kapala is a very important item for safety in the Cosmic Ocean.
Yeah, quite possibly the most important item, because when you're going to 99 levels, basically once you're in the ocean, you have no other way to restore health than your Kapala. You can't rescue pets in the ocean levels. You can't do any of that. So chip damage will happen over the course of 99 levels.
Definitely the health regain and mobility is the important thing.
He had one rope left, so couldn't go down there to grab it easily, at least.
Yeah.
He can't go back up. He has to use his last rope, or does he?
Or a bomb. A bomb works, I think. Yes.
That's
pretty sure this jump is a thing. with a back whip, maybe?
Oh, that's good.
That works too.
That works. All is good. He
We got the Kapala now to kill ourselves on the altar and respawn in Duat.
That's actually one of the things that I thought was one of the coolest additions to the game. That there's this way to get to a new zone of sacrificing yourself.
Also, it looks fantastic in my book. The area.
It's really a nice design. I like it. So you have to ascend. There's a lot of snakes and that one weird crocodile-looking thing. I don't know the name actually.
It's like one is Amut and the snake is Apep, I think, or the other way around. It's like Egyptian gods. I'm pretty sure.
The snake is funny to me.
Yeah, the first time you get here, it kills you, I think, like without fail.
You don't expect something to just crash in from the sides, from the smoke. But yeah, there's on this zone, or this zone called Duat, there's always a Kali altar that you can't sacrifice anything to because there are no corpses in this level. But it spawns you an item dependent on how much favor you have with Kali, the goddess. So if you have a certain amount of damsels sacrificed or corpses sacrificed, you get a rope pile or a bomb box or a power pack, I think. That's the 3 items you can get.
So you want to not have too much favor because the power pack is pretty much not what you're looking for in this run. It's a fun item, but not something you want to get for the Cosmic Ocean.
Yeah. You don't get a lot of use out of it. Oh.
And this is Osiris. And we see an approach where he's going to try to jump on his head and stomp him with the spike shoes, but it doesn't seem to be very easy.
Yeah, I don't think you can actually do it without the spoon use. Ah, never
Yes,
mind.
you can.
I was wrong, as usual.
And he's now got a tablet that will tell him what chapter to go for in the in his room.
So one thing to mention there is that that boss died instantly because of the way that the damage from stomping onto things is calculated. As far as I understand it, it's the amount of time that you spend in the air, and the bouncing on the hands counts as airtime, so the damage just accumulates, and then you just have to bop him once and he dies instantly. Which is kind of funny, but
kind of similar to
weird thing.
The full damage thing. It just slowly builds up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so here he needs to find Waddler to get back his landscape, since he had to drop it there. Yeah,
Brute's grinding more HP as well in the corner.
He doesn't have a lot of health. This is a bit sketchy.
Yeah, I think he's gonna need to go kill the Yeti King and Queen down there for his ropes.
I think I think if he goes down, he can't actually get up again without using.
Well, if you kill the Queen, you get 20 ropes, right? So
yes, but yes, the Queen is on the first floor.
Yeah.
So you can't get back out. I think he has to use the last rope there, though.
Yes, I believe so.
Oh,
well.
he's trying the stupid
jump.
You can make that jump from one of the coyote frames you get from running over an edge and turn around and grab the ledge. It's
nicely done.
He got it.
It is way harder in this than in Spelunky in my book. So
I couldn't actually tell which one is harder. One thing to mention is, I think Hectic had some unfortunate death and lost his ankle in CO. He also does not have mobility right now. I don't know if he got crushed.
No. Yeah, that's my best guess. Oh no, okay.
He found his jetpack again. Maybe he took fall damage, that's it. And that makes his jetpack drop.
This is scary for Speff right now.
Oh, Speff also had something happen. I didn't catch it either. There's
Did
a
he
lot of
lose
things to-
his back entirely?
He seems like it.
Oh,
Otherwise, probably try to.
50 more levels with no jetpack is a scary proposition for Speff.
Yeah,
Oh.
but every floor counts at this point. Every single floor is progress.
He's
Just
got no
pushing for the
choice.
distance. Maybe not the best thing to happen for speed, but just going for the distance for now. For the first 99 completion of the event would be still really nice.
Okay, it is past the hour, I believe, as well. So it is time to change things up a little bit here. So we're going to be saying goodbye to Kyla Brown for a little bit and welcoming a new caster to the desk.
All right.
1 second, actually, before that, I'm just making sure that our next caster is ready. Apparently they're having some issues, so stay with us for now, Kyla Brown.
Okay.
So, we don't want to just kind of like say goodbye and then. Okay, go. He'll be there shortly. No worries.
So Hectic is trying to get the health back that he lost on his costly death with the same strat we saw, or a similar strat. He just uses the rope and stays away from the hit zone instead of blocking the flies completely. And Twiggle is in the mothership, which is a weird zone to go to for anything.
Yeah, I guess he wants to get the plasma cannon to the ocean.
I mean, okay, it's an interesting take.
Or
but
just to near Babylon.
maybe to
Not
get
sure
rid of
why. Maybe just for show.
that. That was clip worthy. He shot the plasma cannon directly between two lasers, and it bounced in there for a while. That was
A wry smile appears on his face as well for that one.
yeah. I think he just picked the plasma cannon to get rid of all the spark traps that potentially could knock him into some instant death from elevator crushes or something like that. Still, you don't see that a lot. People just going to the mothership just to get the plasma cannon. Most people are content with just avoiding the traps. Alright. So, Twiggle is looking for the Shafti room because he has the tablet, which will tell him which one to pick of the. I think it's exactly 100 of them in there.
I don't know, never counted.
Oh well.
Like there are 4 different colors, 4 different sizes, and how many?
I don't know. There's a lot of variation, and which one
Yeah.
exactly it is you can read off the tablet. You just have to know what actually it means to have a serious servant or whatever. I didn't get to read what the thing he has to look out for is, but
Yeah, me neither.
it's a bit small on the screen, I guess.
But he did, so
He knows the code words.
Yeah.
Just has to find it. That's
Apparently
this
it's
is
well
why-
hidden.
This is one of the reasons why the chain type of run is slower, because you have to do all these extra steps, and without the jetpack you can't do the fast skip. So where is the? He looped around already.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, there it is. Apparently.
to get it. Which one was it? Wood,
I
bats.
think it was on or. Oh no, it's wood. It seems like wood.
Yeah,
Wood cracked.
bats.
I bet it's a bet. You're right. So there we can see the mount we mentioned at the beginning.
Yep. Hello, chillin.
Chillin, killin, however you want to pronounce it.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
It's a mythical beast, like a lot of things, and it can fly indefinitely. So it's very nice for the ascension we saw on Tiamat that most people do with the jetpack. But you have to keep him alive for this one level, which
he did.
Twiggle did. Very perfect.
So see, you can just ascend infinitely, not having to care about fuel or about small bursts. So.
Okay, I believe our next caster is ready. So I'll have to say thank you very much for joining us, Carl. You'll be back in a little bit for a couple more hours.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
No worries. Cheers very much for your knowledge. Appreciate it. And I will drag in Doug. Welcome back to the live lounge. How are you doing?
Hey.
How are you feeling?
Pretty good. I love watching Cosmic Ocean runs. It's quite a lot watching like 4 or 5 at the same time.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. So we're seeing some good progress though. Spef onto 752, lost his jetpack earlier though, so is struggling through that. But hemorrhaging time in terms of the speed of each zone, but making progress. And again, progress is key.
Yeah, and also down to 3 HP, so he's losing health instead of stacking it up, which is not a good sign. By the way, we saw Twiggle take time to kill Chillin at the top of Tiamat's throne, so we can confirm they're going for a show and completion more than time on this first attempt. Here doing yet another safe spot to the Sun Challenge that also allows him to accrue blood as he goes. It's a very nice spot, by the way. I might steal it for my own ocean runs in the future.
Hour of Light.
Yep. And now he needs to find his bow from Wadler.
So Zanagir got a run through to 7-4 earlier today, and then died on the boss before completing it. So we will, probably see some PB times, I guess, start coming out from Zanagir, or some PB depth rather, coming out for Zanagir shortly.
Some bad luck for Zanagir. Actually, a couple of runners early, with the Sun Challenge being on 7-2 instead of 7-1, which meant that even though they had taken the clone gun all the way to World 7, they were not able to clone that big sack of bombs and ropes, which is unfortunate.
We'll see Twiggle get into Cosmic Ocean, and then we'll move over to see someone we haven't seen for a bit. We haven't had Hectique up on stream, so probably might want to catch him doing his thing. 7:39, I believe that is. Yes. So because the Cosmic Ocean is an interesting part. I mean, I know that the build and how we get to there is an important part of this run as well, but actually just dealing with these flaws is going to be a big part of this run. So.
Well, it's pretty exciting too. We're about to get to the point where all of the runners are in Cosmic Ocean simultaneously.
Yeah, it's definitely where they hope to be spending the most time. Oh, Twiggle going for the climbing glove. Very interesting decision here. Will allow him to
climbing glove
easily in the ocean, but also comes at the cost of sometimes grabbing a wall, without wanting to.
Pitch is mitt.
Yeah, mitt is not as controversial an item as the climbing glove. I haven't met a player who doesn't like them, mostly.
The time right now is actually crazy. I just realised from Hectique, who is 15 minutes, roughly 15 minutes ahead of what Krill is doing. 7:41 at 35 minutes, and Krill's 7:44 at 50 minutes. So That's looking very, very strong in terms of depth and time for Krill. As Twiggle gets exploded around. Yeah.
So, review for me. How did Speff lose the jetpack again?
Honestly,
we don't know.
I didn't see personally. I'm not sure if you did, Vlad.
No, we didn't catch it. He probably got crushed or something. He lost his Onk and the jetpack at the same time, I believe.
That fixed one argument, or one question I had, actually. I was wondering if like it was just the body of the jellyfish or the tail that also mattered, but it's just the body.
Yeah.
The head. Oh man, sacrificing Monty.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Even the cute doggy needs to die sometimes.
Percy survived though. Salute. 07. Okay, here we go. Big egg thing. I've seen some crazy bosses in my time. This is definitely a weird looking one, but cheers, Derek.
Yeah, it's not very intimidating based on its looks. Like it's intimidating that it comes up and like eats the level as it goes, destroys the level. But
Gear is into Cosmic Ocean as well, so they've increased their depth PB.
Hooray for that. And Twiggle is soon to follow.
There's going to be a really interesting like psychological part of this run as well, and when it comes to like, again, it is an endurance test, but where depth matters, like if you kind of on this point where you get like in like a mid 80s or a high 80s or a low 90s, and someone just beats that, and then you have to go and do that, you have to get all that depth again just to have a chance at winning. It's but then you have to do it faster than the person who just beat you if they are a bit faster than your time as well, which puts so much pressure on the next run. Not only do you have to go that depth again, but you have to increase the speed in which you do it, which, man.
Yep, that's a big difference with yesterday's All Shortcuts. In All Shortcuts, a promising deep run is like 10-15 minutes maximum.
Yeah.
In this, a promising deep run can be 1-2 hours depending on how fast you're going. So you can't just get one in a fraction of a second.
So Twiggle's taking this really slow to defeat this boss. We saw a lot of kind of like bomb usage on the way up.
Yeah, he's doing it more the classic way of waiting for him to climb and then battling him in the arena. Really well done. And Twiggle is the last player on R6 to make his way into the Cosmic Ocean.
There we go. So I want to jump over to Hectic then, because he's on a nuts-paced run so far. One of the fastest-looking ones. So let's jump over there and check out Hectic as he's continuing his campaign through the Cosmic Ocean.
Yeah, I think Heck was the first person to actually complete a very fast ocean speedrun, like dedicated speedrun. So it's no wonder that he's used to the tricks of how to go fast in here. And it is indeed quite impressive to see him reach the halfway point under 40 minutes.
Mm. Wow, 18 seconds.
I'm not even sure what the record is exactly, like 1 hour or so.
I heard it was 57 minutes by Ivy Rory, I believe.
Like, I'm sure it's close to 1 hour, but I'm not sure exactly how. I want to check it right now.
To mossrankings.com.
Yep, mossranking.com, the one place to go for Spelunky and Spelunky 2 speedruns. Yes, 57:39 is the record we are breaking today.
It's a joke. That is an average of, I think under 30 seconds per floor, which is...
And Hectic's PB is 1 hour and 10 minutes. So if he can keep a pace of like 30 seconds per level now, he will be dead by 5 minutes. That's a spiky situation. Whoa.
Well handled. Once again, the bomb's coming in clutch, just removing an entire, you know.
Yep,
stressful
he's
grip.
kind of running low on bombs though. Only 15 left, so that might be a decisive factor at the end. Hopefully not.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you only want to use it as a last resort, or would you kind of like be proactive in making use of it all the time, and then just kind of have to hold the L on the fact that you're not going to be able to do that after a point.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how many you have. Ideally, you have duped the sack from the Sun Challenge, and you have 99. You can be very liberal in how you spend them. But I guess here it was not to be for Heck, and he needs to be a bit more careful. Dwelling, usually a nice breath of fresh air, not the most dangerous biome to get in here. Also pretty easy bubble locations. Ooh.
That break wasn't actually caused by Hectic there.
Yeah, it happens sometimes that a bubble just breaks. Here, he was able to see it on screen, so that was good. But sometimes a bubble just breaks off screen, and the jelly starts chasing you, and oh, what? And you need to regroup fast and make a decision in the situations. It can get pretty intense.
It's kind of scary as well. There are laser traps on both sides of the door, so not only do you have to kind of like bait the jellyfish around, but then make sure that it's not going to come back and fight you whilst you're waiting for the laser blocks to or the laser beams to dissipate.
Yeah, New Babylon is really, really a tough one. Okay, nicely done.
Nailed it.
And Speff's run seems to have come to an end.
Oh no.
763 in an
763, still in the lead, with Heck and Krill trying to beat him now.
So I noticed a number of the runners don't have the Ankh. Can you review for us? Is that because a lot of them are just skipping the chain entirely?
I believe people have died. They've lost their Ankh. One of them, I know that Grump got cursed into death and lost his Ankh that way. I know that some people used it as well in Temple, right? Yeah, I think Twiggle used it in Temple.
Twiggle used it in Temple. But I think everyone got it, and some lost it, and some used it in the Temple to do the chain. Ooh, sparky situation for Heck here. Nice dodge. Where's the exit again? He wasn't paying attention. Maybe he didn't know. Yes. Okay, here it is. Oh, Jesus! Scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to keep in mind that if the jelly hits you here, it's a 43-minute run in the bin, basically. Well, it doesn't kill the achievement of reaching 755 for the leaderboard, but it's back to square one, back to the dwelling.
This is really, really good pace. So 19 seconds to that floor.
Yep, another Neo Babylon.
Too much fire potential here. It's very scary, as you were saying earlier.
And lasers around the exit again.
Oh god.
You gotta wonder too about the meta strategy, right? So if you're Speff, when to take breaks, when to get straight back into it.
Yeah, I guess that comes down to feeling like how bad you feel about your previous death if you need to recover from that. I guess on a strategic level, it's just play, get time in, and get attempt in.
Yeah. In terms of just sheer resources, it's looking great right now for Hectic. We'll see Hectic hopefully pass Speff and take first place. After which point, I think it's time for our next break. So let's just keep an eye on this for now. See that change of hands if it does.
Oh, by the way, the question: are players allowed to take a break during a run?
As in pause the game and then like to keep the timer from increasing. I believe so. Because again, it's only about depth. The runners can deal with that however they wish, I believe.
Yeah, it's depth and in-game time. But we're just wondering, like in the event, if there is a rule that forces you to complete your run before going for a drink.
don't believe I've heard any rule set saying that you cannot, like, just, you know, if you need to take 5, just take 5. But
That's good. So then it means you can start your run, and then if you feel like you need a break, take it during the run. That is good for our players' mental health this weekend, I believe. Ugh. That bubble and crab setup is a bit inconvenient. Is he gonna travel around? No, he's bombing.
okay, this is weird. This is quite a tricky one.
No.
Okay.
Nice.
No, it wasn't that tricky. I was lying.
Would have been if he tried to go directly on the right, but he very cleverly decided to travel a bit farther on the left path and make it safer. Good deal. 760 is done. Wow, just 40 more or 38 more. That's crazy.
Just 40 more. Nice and easy. Okay, that's good. Another sub 30.
Yeah, holding to that 30 per level pace that promises him a nice PB if he can keep it up.
That looks like it's going to be a pretty good play. Oh, look at that as well. That's a 14 second. This is looking nuts. This is about... Hectic has now taken the lead, 763. Same, but there is an 18-minute disparity between the two. So Hectic currently in first place. $1,500 will be his should it remain this way at the end.
Yep, but we have about 22 more hours of event going, so...
Oh, yeah.
Things have time to change.
Okay, and that lead is confirmed. What I'll do then is that means it's a good time to take our next break. We've been going for another 40 minutes, so yeah, we'll just take a few minutes just to everyone stand up, stretch your legs, get some water, whatever you need to do. We'll be back momentarily with more Spelunky 2 action. As always, a big thanks to our sponsors, Kaspersky and Twitch first and foremost, but then also a huge thank you to Mossmouth, the developers of Spelunky 2, for providing the prize pool for this event. So it's incredibly kind of you of them to do that. Thank you so much. And of course, ViewSonic Elite as well for helping make these events possible. We'll be back momentarily with more Spelunky 2. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. To decide the winner here. Currently in the lead, we are watching the leader, Hectic. He is at 771, the greatest depth, but also at a very, very fast pace of 50 minutes so far. Hitting some really, really fast floors, but being pressured right now by the jellyfish, trying to find their way out of this floor right now. I'm joined by Vlad and Dougal, who will be taking me through the action for the next half an hour. So, guys, what's going on?
Well, what's going on is that Hectic just got out of a pretty spicy situation with the jellyfish chasing him in tight spaces, but it did turn out to be okay in the end. And now he gets yet another Sunken City level. Not the worst. Definitely not the worst.
Yeah, another close call in the temple as well. Always a nasty.
Is this Crush? No, okay, it brings him back. Like you can see the intestine doesn't pushed into a lock. I wasn't sure if that was death. And yet another exit for a hack. Oh, it was right here. Not sure why they didn't go for it immediately. 772 in the books, and now a jungle.
Yeah, we've got Krill just taking a water break, but not too far behind in distance on 762 currently. It does seem very likely we will, by the end of this weekend, have multiple runners make it to 799, I reckon.
Yeah, to be honest, here I can really see Hectic and Krill finishing this run. Like Hectic is now very far into it. Krill has jetpack and a ton of resources with the Ankh as well. So I like their chances. Plus,
yeah, for sure.
Being players.
Hectic only has 13 bombs left. It's far enough along that it's probably not a huge deal, but Krill has quite a few more bombs.
Yeah, 25 levels, 13 bombs. You can spend 1 bomb every 2 levels, which is not very comfortable, but reasonable, I suppose.
Yep.
Don't like this crush trap here for heck. Okay, nicely done. Lots of crush traps everywhere. Oh, I am not really thrilled about all of that.
Yeah, it feels like some Sokoban puzzle game or something. That was wild.
Yeah, careful about the poison. It's a bit late now, so it might not be a big issue, but better not get poisoned if you can avoid it.
This floor's taking its time as well. This is a very tricky one.
Yeah.
Poorly spaced out orbs and a lot of traps.
Cosmic Ocean levels can have like very varying sizes and density of blocks, and this one is really on the bigger side, on the bigger density of blocks, and also the bigger density of traps. And the bubbles are nowhere to be found.
Hectic doing his best here, dealing with it all very well, like just responding and reacting to the danger incredibly well, but just can't seem to make progress on the actual.
Yeah, that's the thing in the ocean. Like, most levels will be reasonably easy with bubbles you can access and stuff, and once in a while you get these levels, and the ability to survive them is what makes the difference between dying in 7:30 and making it to the to the end. And another temple right away.
A 2-minute floor that was, sadly.
And yeah, that's a forced bomb more or less.
Big eye roll from Hectic there. 2 temples in a row.
Yeah.
Cleared the way to the door at least.
Okay, here's the fed bubble. Need to plan a way to get to the exit. Yeah, nicely done.
Nice.
Okay, neobabs, but at least bubbles seem to be easy to find.
And 3 really good orbs, yeah.
Oh, but this one is a bit difficult to get to. Easy to find, hard to get to.
Oh, nasty.
Oh, this is stressful. Hectic, my friend. Do not do not
Feels
die
like
now.
Yeah, I gotta bomb that.
Yeah. When you have 1 bomb every 2 levels, spending 2 on the same is not what you want to be doing. Ooh.
Oh god.
Sure,
Really
scary.
Nasty gauntlet of 3 levels there.
Yep, back to some Sunken City, which is typically a bit more chill. I hope I didn't just jinx X around right here. Okay, all good apparently.
At this point, we're just trying to be like, where is the jellyfish again?
Yeah, I'm the worst at remembering where the exit is. Usually, I like get myself a vague idea, like, oh, it's top right, oh, it's middle then. And when I'm being chased, I'm like, where is it again exactly? Oh no, I can't find it, and I panic and I die.
This has been some tricky biomes in a row.
Yeah, and more neobabs, oh boy.
Yeah.
Quite the gauntlet for Heck here. Oh!
That was clean.
That was
That was really clean. 26-second floor.
And more neobabs, is this a joke?
It's just been Neo Babylon and Temple for the last. There was the one Sunken City floor, and that's it.
Yeah, I know for a fact I would be dead by here.
Okay.
So we have four other another Neo Babylon. We have 4 other runners currently in CO. It'll be interesting to see if we get 3 or 4 completions here. It'll really kind of push the competition very quickly towards time optimization.
Yeah, one of the situations, Zana has the Onk, the jetpack, but no paste. Bomb count is a bit low for this early. Twiggle has 99 health. What's the bomb count for Twiggle? Oh, great bomb count, but no Onk. And Twiggle, important thing, has the alien compass. I think it's the first time we see it in the ocean, and you can see on Twiggle's screen that the compass does point to the exit, which is not the case for Krill and Heck. So that's a real advantage in the ocean.
Looking good though. Oh, finally something different.
Oh, some dwelling.
We had tide pool into dwellings. That's pretty good, and not a bad tide pool floor. 22 seconds. So coming up to the hour mark. So obviously a lot of runners looking for that sub hour. The record is sub hour with 57 minutes.
17 more levels for Heck. Sub hour is not happening. Like it's going by right now, but his PB is still very doable, I believe.
Yeah, you said it was 110, I believe.
110, yes. 110.09.
Okay.
DT has a 110 as well. Krill 119. Twiggle 122.
3 great orbs there. Where are you, jellyfish?
Here it is. And more temple for your
Bless it.
for your viewing pleasure. Oh god.
Oh yeah, when I was playing the game casually, it's definitely of the. I managed to get kind of like, I think in one stream down to like 5-1 or something, which is pretty good thanks to the knowledge I gained from learning the speedrun information at least. But I tried temple because I was just curious, and I just got my ass handed to me. It was so bad.
Yeah, it's one of the hardest REAs in the game. It's also one of the better looking in my book. Like, I love the colorful tiles.
So Speff losing another run, getting down to 7-1 very quickly, 11 minutes, but did lose that run. Oh!
No! I didn't really see what happened, but
Just was hoping that the jellyfish would be baited underneath a bit lower, but tried to get over and got caught by the jellyfish, instantly ending any hope.
that many temple levels in a row is like that much more chance to go wrong. It was very unlucky streak for Hectic.
Yeah, but
785. Wow.
Sub hour as well.
Yep.
So
Now
that's an unfortunate death.
The lead.
Right then, where are we going to next then, friends?
How about Krill?
Yeah.
Yep. In the 60s.
Yep, in the 60s with still the jetpack, the Onk, 47 bombs, which is way more than the Heck had. The pace is slower, but if he does get farther than 785, the lead is his, because it's distance first.
Yeah, that is the thing. So even though Hectic had an incredible time getting to 285, you know, it's very simply the fact that if someone gets to 86, regardless if it takes an hour and a half, that is better. But yeah, for a first run, I mean, I believe that was Hectic's. Well, no, there was a few runs at the start, but that was like the first proper getting into Cosmic Ocean and going for it. So for a first kind of like real grind into Cosmic Ocean, what a start! Yeah,
absolutely. Being on PB pace into 785 is like a crazy first run, and I have full confidence in Heck to get more amazing runs over the weekend. Now he just needs to mentally get back in it and be like, okay, it happened. There is 22 hours to go. I can do this. Not get too sad about it, I suppose. Krill into the 70s. With Neo Babylon as his welcome gift.
We've seen hardly any of that today, you know. It's quite nice to see it again after so long. Leaving that orb for now, it seems, just kind of, they know that if it's like the last one or something, yeah, just to kind of like prepare the timing.
I need to wait for the cycle here.
You okay?
Krill, my heart.
Wow, double. He's got pace, so you can just throw it onto the wall, surely. Okay, well, we're going to go for the swag jump. See, having 47 bombs, I mean, maybe this is my my naivety here, but I feel like wouldn't it be okay to kind of be a little bit more liberal with bomb use for a little bit? Just where you can like make a snap decision to use one, it might just work out in your favor because you got plenty of resources.
You can definitely, but here those bubble bounces were not really dangerous. You have the jetpack to fly afterwards, so I think I stand by Crow's decision to not use them, not use one there.
It seems like this throwing a bomb over and then just blowing them both up in one and moving on kind of thing was potentially a thing. But...
It was an option, but what he did was not risky and not that much slower either. So I can see saving your bomb here being a good move in case you get a very difficult tempo level later when you have to spend 5 or 6 to get rid of traps or something.
Yeah, a spicy floor like Hectic had earlier with when they had the 7 odd crush traps that were just everywhere.
Maybe if Heck had more bombs on that floor, he would have been able to devise a safer strategy there.
Creating a route through to the door, it seems, or finding the way there before breaking the last orb as well. So, patience. Very nice.
And then circling around the jellyfish, no problem. Where are the bubbles, though?
Yeah.
That's the question. Krill is comfortable. Oh, here they are. Having a nice chill time together. Ooh. Okay, he got it.
Okay. Taking a moment just to compose himself.
And some temple as a reward.
A couple of resets happening as well. We've got Spef back into the grind, back over to 3-1 and slowly building up an arsenal. Hectic again also starting a brand new run.
Oh, wow.
Teleporter as well. I was going to say a 3-second floor earlier.
Oh, and Groomp is still going without his jetpack into the 750s. That's pretty nice. Maybe we could move to him next if Krill meets his untimely end.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a different way of approaching the Cosmic Ocean when you haven't got these very important items and pieces of equipment.
At least Grimp has a bunch of bombs left, though.
Yeah, that he does. I didn't check his rope count, though, which is very important when you don't have mobility. Also a rope count. Okay.
Spring shoes will help a little bit here, just that slight higher jump height. Got a shotgun at least. It's the little things. Okay. 75.
75 is in the books. Time for more tempo.
If you didn't already have enough of temple, here's more temple.
Yeah, I wonder if the probabilities of the various biomes changes over time, like if it's more likely to get tide pool early and Neo Babylon later or something, or is it just full random every time? It's probably just random, and our runners are being unlucky.
Good to know. There's a crush block down there again. Okay. So we have a route.
Yep. Now I need to execute it and not get caught off guard by the block down here. Like you kind of fall directly on the exit and exit before it kills you, but if you miss the exit and go for that, it can start to be a bit risky. Yeah, he goes a safer way of triggering it and then going for it.
There's all 3 orbs. And there's the door.
Yep.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. It's nice to have a short level after a really, really long one, like a minute and 20 odd or a minute 30. That was also scary. And then just had to have like a really quick one afterwards. Just can reinvigorate the mental part of this endurance test.
Yeah.
Come and get me, friend. Bye.
Ice cave.
What is kind of like? I was gonna ask actually, Doug. What is like kind of the biome that our runners want to see the most, like the least offensive and generally fastest biome?
For me, when I'm playing, and I'm not the best speedrunner, but I'd probably be dwelling for me. Is that, Vlad, do you know what the general choice is? I mean, pretty much anything that's not Neo Babylon or Temple, is that right?
Yeah, I think dwelling is the favorite one. The tide pool is also not very dangerous. Jungle has the one-hit kill plants and bear traps, which I'm not a fan of, as well as the witch doctors that can curse you.
Yeah, any level you can get cursed in is a little scary.
And really, Sunken City, despite being the secret world of the hard ending, is actually not that bad either. Probably in the easier half of the levels of the biomes.
All those bombs coming in handy here.
Yeah, or 3 witch doctors. That is disgusting.
One got broken. And that's the exit.
Okay, just go under, go around, and welcome to 782.
Closing in on Hectic's depth.
Yep.
I reckon time to use those bombs somewhat liberally, right? To get yourself out of any sticky situation.
Yes, with 46 bombs and 17 levels to go, you can definitely start being more aggressive with them.
Yeah, that's close to 3 bombs per level.
Yes.
I think did I hear the noise of the jellyfish moving? So an orb was destroyed off screen.
Looks like Groom didn't make it with his no ability run. Died in 7:59.
That's good stuff though for having no items visually.
Yeah, definitely.
We had a comment in the chat. No snap traps, those bear traps in Cosmic Ocean. Apparently, we actually talked to Derek.
Oh.
We talked to Derek about that. That was an oversight originally, but then Derek said in that interview that was a bug and they were going to put them back into Cosmic Ocean. I guess that hasn't happened yet, though.
That sounds like hell. I'm not gonna mince my words there. They're so subtle sometimes.
Yep. Well then, my bad. And it looks
resets again
today.
It really puts into perspective just how fast that run by Hectic was, though. 7:85 sub 1, and like you can see, Twiggle right now 7:43 at 1 hour and 9. So, yeah, that is a pace and a half that Hectic set.
Yeah, Twiggle is a master of the safe Cosmic Ocean. I think he was the first player to complete it back in the day.
Yep.
Back in the day of 2 months ago.
Yeah, but in 2020, each month is like a year. So.
Yeah. Okay, one more level to catch up on Hectic for Krill. This one looks pretty chill.
Haha!
Here's the bubble and here's the exit. Okay, 2 lives in this level to pass Hectic on the leaderboard for Krill. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Will he do it? I don't know.
The thing is, the door hasn't been found yet.
Yeah, it has. Oh,
There it is.
It's right here. Okay. Doesn't look too bad. No crush traps on the way.
And
Here
bosh.
we go.
There we go. A brand new depth PB for the day. Krill is now in the lead with 786. Yeah, we're 128.40. So a slower time, but a better progression. So that's what we are looking for from our runners today.
Depth first, time second.
And do not worry if there is we have a little bit of weirdness on the stream in terms of the streams. We'll try and do our best to play them for you.
Wow, so they can still hear us?
Okay, they're back now.
Okay, marvelous.
Okay. Again, tech. It happens sometimes.
I thought that was going to be like an old school radio. Play by play there.
Sport radio is something else. Just trying to kind of get into the feel of watching a very intense and emotional match when you're not watching it.
Well, try doing that for 6 simultaneous matches.
Yeah. Yeah. Good luck. Please give thanks to the tech team and Zoton for making that happen. Thank you very much indeed.
Our saviors.
I would like to see an all hail Zoton in chat, please. That's what I want to see. Just a wall of all hail Zoton.
So here what you just saw is a typical Cosmic Ocean situation of something just folding infinitely because there is a space between the level and the level. And so now anytime he wants to cross left to right or right to left, he needs to be wary of that thing not hitting him. Because it's fire and will explode his jetpack, I think. I'm not too sure actually if it's just damage and then the fireman is released, or if it's fire damage right away. Let's not find out. How about that?
looks like we have Spef taking a break on the doorstep of 7-5. So back into it.
So do we have everyone in Ocean now? No, Heck is back to the mines, or the dwelling.
Group just reset as well.
And Groom is reset, yes.
But Xana, Gear, and Twiggle, Xana in 39, Twiggle in 47. So still got runners grinding it out.
Yeah, and both on pretty quote-unquote slow paces of just trying to complete it. So that will be a match.
And do note that fast time from Spef there. Seems like pretty well set up for this run into CO.
Oh yeah, sub 13 into CO is no joke. So now if we stay at the 30 seconds per level rate, it's like 50 more minutes, so that would be a hour-like affair. Now just need to actually get the 30 second per level.
Set up very well with bombs and ropes, so that is an interesting run in progress.
Yep, lots of stuff to watch when Krill finishes one way or another.
Right then, as our runners are making their progress and getting through, we'll keep our eye on Krill here. We are just going to take a very, very short break, though. I think. Actually, no, speaking of which, actually, it's 88. We might have to see this through to the end, because if we take a break, it could finish before we're back. So actually, I'll hold that. We'll see the ending of this run, whether it finishes or not, and then we'll take our next break, and we'll have a swap of host and casters. As we hit the top of the hour here, it's almost 2 p.m. In the UK, but 3 p.m. local. It's looking
1
pretty good.
a.m. 1 a.m. Melbourne, Australia.
Yeah. Sorry about that one. Yeah, you're doing good. Don't worry. This is looking solid though. Floor 90, the final 10. That Yeti's having a cracking time over there.
Yeah. Still with 42 bombs, still with the jetpack, still with the Ankh. This is looking good.
Let's see how many. Oh yeah,
Sorry,
you first.
I was gonna say, even if you have the Ankh in hand, if you get Jellyfish, that's just like straight game over. It's not even like Ankh comes into play; it's just game over. Or if you get caught by the Jellyfish with the Ankh, you still
you and you respawn with the Ankh.
Yeah, I was under the impression that you do as well.
So you do respawn.
I think you do, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure if it was like an instant game over regardless of resources.
No. Ankh saves you from any death except the quick restart. Except suicide.
It is worth noting that in some ways that's a decent way to die because your jetpack does not explode. And I believe that happened to some of the runners earlier, which is why they had a jetpack but no Ankh in Cosmic Ocean.
Yeah, like fire, explosions, and being crushed destroys your jetpack, and other deaths do not. So if you want to die in the ocean, don't get crushed or exploded. Basically, is my pro advice.
So let's talk meta strategy here. I reckon at this point, right, if you're Krill, it's worth it to be pretty conservative. I think just having any successful completion on the board is a huge relief.
Yeah. Pretty much sets the bar. Like you have to, in order to win, you now have to clear faster than I did. It's basically like essentially a call out to the other runners. You need to clear to win.
Still 43 bombs. A lot of bombs.
Some nice dwelling here for a slightly easier time, hopefully.
Yeah, this so far this has been a pretty good serving of levels into the 90s.
Yeah, he hasn't had the awful streak that Hectic had in the late 70s, early 80s either. So, all going well for Krill so far. Here is the bubble. I think we saw the exit down there too. So he'll just have to devise a way to get there. Oh, those spikes were so close. And here is the exits.
Okay.
5 more levels for Krill.
Oh, did you see Xana just died on 44, used an Ankh?
Oh, what's the jetpack situation? That was close.
The jetpack situation is missing.
Yeah, I think it is where he died, and he has to go collect it before leaving the level. Oh, the jetpack is falling. So he has to whip the jetpack to make it fall on the ground, hopefully.
Oh man, look at this. It's worth looking at Xana's screen if you're not already.
Yeah, I think it's falling diagonally and making its way to the left very slowly. So if you just wait and around the jellyfish, it will fall on the ground eventually. That is crazy stuff here.
He's rope racing the falling jetpack while the jellyfish. This is amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know which runner to watch.
It's kind of weird. Like we've got a very unique situation versus our first clear. So, oh man. At this point, we can just look at both, I guess.
I think Xana just has to go with it without a jetpack. Although very few bombs left. I think.
Level 744, and I think you have to go for the pack if you're gonna have to go through 50 more levels. I think
Is he gonna run out of time before the jetpack makes it over to the other side?
Well,
no, there it is.
He survived this. He survived this.
Incredible.
There we go. It's
no.
falling down again. Oh no! Don't let it get crushed. Oh my god!
Insane.
Unbelievable.
Amazing.
And in the meantime, Krill is now 4 levels away from claiming the first completion in this.
Someone grab a highlight of that.
Yeah.
Sequence.
That's definitely, that whole sequence was just a thing that happened.
Pretty generous series of levels so far in the 90s for Krill.
Nicely done, avoiding this tricky arrow plus spike situation. He opted to not break the bubble right away. Is he looking for the exit?
You want to secure your way. At this point, it's just, clearing it is like the biggest goal. So, okay, there's the door.
Yep.
Yeah, again, good. I reckon good. Take your time at this point. You're so close.
Yeah. Here we go. 2 more.
Parachute.
Goodbye, parachute.
Second and third orb there. Okay, that's all 3 orbs again. And there's the door.
Yep. Okay. Fireman doesn't break the orb.
Put a bomb on the top, right?
Yeah, I guess it's a safe way to go. Yeah.
Getting really close, although Speff is also making great time. So lots of things happening at once here.
Yeah. Sunken City for seemingly the last floor.
Yeah, it's a final level. Sunken City is not your basically what you were hoping for, instead of a tricky temple.
Well, there was no temple or Neo Babylon in the 90s. Is that right?
No, and not in the 80s either. Hectic got all the temple and Neobabs, and
At Spelunky.
there were none left for Krill. Okay, here's the exit. Here's the last bubble. We are there, my friends.
And in.
Hey!
Look at the happiness on that face. 141 for a cleared Cosmic Ocean. Congratulations to Krill.
Fantastic. I'm really excited that it happened in the first 2 hours.
Yeah, amazing to set the pace so soon into the weekend.
Yeah. And yeah, that was a great first one. We've had some really fast-paced runs that haven't gone the full distance, and we've had some completion. So that has set the bar. If you want to get first place, $7.99, sub 141. So yeah, as you say, great to see that in the first couple of hours of the day. But we have our first Cosmic Ocean completion. 6 more runners to go. We do have our 7th runner has appeared. DT has started runs as well. But with that, we are past the hour a little bit. I do need to take a break right now because we are a little bit behind schedule. But I wanted to make sure we saw that out just in case. It was. I didn't want to miss it by taking an ad break. But we can do that now. So we'll just take 3 minutes. When we come back, I will be replaced by Argic on hosting. I believe Vlad, you're now going to step away, and we're going to have our first commentary session for Meow Mix. So thank you very much for joining us, Vlad. You'll be back later on today as well.
Thank you for having me. It was a great time.
And we'll be back in about 3 minutes for more Spelunky 2. So don't go anywhere, and we'll see you after these short messages.
Welcome back to Break the Record Live featuring Spelunky 2. We are on day 2 of our event here, doing the Cosmic Ocean category. Now, for those of you not aware of what Break the Record Live is, we have 7 of the top runners of the Spelunky 2 Cosmic Ocean category here, trying to see how far they can get and how quickly they can do it. The challenge they have is to make it all the way to $7.99 and do it in the quickest time to try and take home part of our prize pool, generously given to us by the event sponsor Mossmouth. They are competing for a share of $5,000 here. And again, another shout out as well to our other event sponsors, ViewSonic Elite and Kaspersky. While we're here, we're going to have a quick look at the leaderboard as we just literally witnessed our finished run here, our first finished run. Krill there, managing to get to $7.99 in 1 hour, 41 minutes and 46 seconds. That is now the goalposts that the rest of our runners here and Krill himself is going to have to try and beat. The runners do have 24 hours, 12 today, 12 tomorrow, to go through and get these times quicker and quicker. Of course, going throughout these 24 hours, we do have the amazing Spelunky 2 community. I have 2 amazing community members joining us right now. We have Doug and Meow Mix. How are you both doing? How about that first run?
Oh, good. I love this category. We had just had Xanagir die here, though, on a always brutal temple level, 750.
Yeah, that was unfortunate to come straight back to Xanagir's death there. But 750 is still very respectable.
After an incredible recovery of a jetpack earlier there. So it's a shame that he couldn't see that run through.
No, definitely. We can see Xanagir on stream right now, focusing, just taking a drink of water, staying hydrated, contemplating how the next run is going to go. Trying to see, it's interesting just looking into the mind of the runners here for these for this category specifically, just because of how long it is and how different it is compared to the stuff that we saw yesterday. You know, like we saw yesterday, the runners just coming in fast, fluid, quick, going through, knowing that they're dealing with just the RNG in the first couple of levels, but then Xanagir coming through for Cosmic Ocean is like, no, I can't use any of those strats. I have to really focus as we go through. And as we see here, immediately getting underway for the next run. So back to 1-1.
Yep, gotta go all the way through the game. First 7 worlds before you get to Cosmic Ocean.
Yeah, it's a pretty brutal category just in terms of like, you know, how long you need to stay focused for, and the run can end an hour in, and you just gotta go straight back to the beginning. With this category, so it takes a lot of focus and a little bit of mental load. For a marathon run, keeping this up is not easy.
We've got Spef on a really quick pace here, and also Twiggle still pretty deep at 7:59.
We do. We are quickly fixing some tech issues. So the moment we get the okay, we will switch over to Spef's viewpoint right now. But we're trying to make sure we get some stuff fixed in the background so we know things are working. But we are aware. We do see these paces. We do want to see them all. So in the meantime, we will try and keep you all updated. I mean, it's 7:54 there on Spef, as has been said. So let's hope the run continues going through. Best event time right now is 7:63, so getting close to that green line that we want to push up to that 7:99. You know.
Well, yeah, I think Krill, you know, it's great to get a completion so early in the weekend, right? Because now it's no longer about I got far. It's now you got to optimize your time. We have the time. It's 1 hour 41 minutes.
And that is like, this is what I like about this event personally, is that it is a different type of category, because you're not only just racing against time, but you are racing against the inherent difficulty that is Spelunky 2 Cosmic Ocean.
Yeah,
So it's like you can go super fast, and you're like, I'm going to go super fast and do everything I need to, and then it's like, oh, hold on, I've died. Like, this run is now moot. Like, what do I do here? And we're going to switch over to Spef. Let's see if this works. Fingers crossed. And we're going to see Spef coming up on the screen right now. Got another... See, I can't do math. This is great. Don't make me do math on stream. We got like 40 odd. We got another 40 odd splits to try and get through, you know. Up to 99. It's hard to do math. Like, what's 37 minus 99? I don't know. But you get
feels like 1,000, right? Might as well be.
Well, see, I could never imagine. I can only guess how these runners are feeling trying to go through these areas. It's like every room has the potential to be your last, and the layouts that you're given, some of them will be really nice and gives you a bit of a breather. You can breeze through them. Others are just like, this is it. I'm gonna lose so many resources here.
Yeah, we were talking about that on the last block. Hectic had a mean streak of luck, just Temple and Neo Babylon level, like 6 or 7 in a row, and finally succumbed. Those are 2 really nasty Cosmic Ocean kind of biome types that you don't want to see.
Seeing those lovely little safety jetpack bursts there. It's like, jetpack, please stay alive.
Note that Spef has a pretty good setup here. A lot of bombs and ropes, which is good to see. And an Ankh still. So could technically die one more time.
That little safety net there with the Ankh. Oh, always nice to know you have that in your pocket.
It does partly depend how you die. Because if he gets crushed or burned, he'll lose the jetpack, which would be a huge bummer.
Yeah, losing the jetpack is almost like another death sentence. It's really hard to keep up in the Cosmic Ocean without that mobility. But there are ways you can handle it, and Spef has a lot of ropes, so you know, I'm pretty confident in Spef's ability to handle it, but we'll see if it even comes to that.
we saw just about 15 minutes ago, Xanagir had a falling jetpack, infinitely falling, and was desperate enough for the jetpack that had to spend a whole bunch of time and take a risk to finally get that jetpack back, which he did. So yeah, the jetpack is a big deal, having that mobility in Cosmic Ocean.
We have DT entering Sunken City for the first time today.
Yeah, this is DT's first run, isn't it? DT coming in slightly later here. Of course, runners are free to run for as long or as little as they want. It is up to them how many attempts they want to do. It's one of the things that's really interesting about these types of events, these types of races. You can try and go for as long as you can and basically try and not like control RNG, but have as many attempts for RNG to be on your side as you can. Or you can take a break for like an hour and then come back refreshed and go for another run.
Yeah, I think it is true. There is a certain kind of like, yeah, RNG is a big deal, but you can kind of also make your own luck to some extent, right? That's why we, for example, see people bringing the clone gun to the Sun Challenge to make sure that they go into Cosmic Ocean with a lot of bombs. A lot of bombs, you can nope your way out. A lot of bad situations.
I like that description. It's like, you can imagine coming into a room and you're just like, nope, bombs, away we go.
Yep. Also note that Twiggle, on a slower pace, using Vlad's cape, which a little less mobility, but doesn't have the same could explode on him risk.
It does also give double the blood drops too, so with Kapala, it's a really nice combination there for keeping your health up. Oh no.
Oh
no.
That's an ank.
Yeah, but luckily he didn't die by getting the jetpack exploded or crushed, so still has that mobility.
Does have a Kapala, so would love to quickly mine some health. Again, yeah, this is, as you were just saying, yeah, this is where having the cape would help get health even faster.
Although temple levels are really dangerous, and he did just get a temple level. I don't think there's any mummies here, but there is the way of grinding some health with the mummy vomit.
Just dodged a poison too.
Yeah, that was too close for comfort. Looking for that exit.
Ooh.
Oh, might be in a... Oh.
That was very tight.
Lots of snakes. Oh boy.
This level looks horrible.
Kind of as expected, we've seen a few competitors, oh, there we go, die to temple levels.
And immediately out of one and into another one.
Yeah, brutal.
In fact, we have 3 of our racers right now in temple levels. So you can see Speff here just playing out the options, looking around, scouting the area, seeing what he has available to him.
We've also got Group early on in CO, also with Vlad's cape. So earlier we were seeing almost all jetpacks. Seems like we've got a bigger split now between the big jetpack versus Vlad's cape question.
It might just be some seeds I mean, some seeds you just don't get a jetpack, but you can always guarantee a Vlad's cape. So
I am curious now that a pace has been set, how many runners will just reset until they get a jetpack?
I think, yeah, definitely if you're going for like that speed factor of this whole challenge, the jetpack is almost necessary for getting those really fast speeds, completing Cosmic Ocean, just for the sheer amount of mobility it provides.
I guess there's a meta level question, which is, are you gunning for first, or is even just getting a second or a third place time good for now?
It totally depends on the strategy. Like, I think personally what I would do is I'd just try and go for a completion first and then try and optimize it from there.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll see how some of these runners take that on it. But I mean, Krill already got sub 2 hours is already pretty fast. So that's a tough one to beat.
Yeah, it's that interesting dynamic that we have right now where we have one of our runners, we have Krill saying, I've done it, I have 799, I am officially in first for now. For the rest of the runners, do they go for the 799 safety strats right now? Because the next runner to get 799 will be in second place, and that is how that is going to work. And it's going to be interesting seeing how our runners are going to change mentality the further tonight goes on, or today goes on, as we go into the earlier or the later hours of today, and then into tomorrow morning as well. Will we see them decide, okay, I need the jetpack, we need speed, we need these resets, or are we still going to have some of them sitting with 768, 763s, and they go, I need the safe strats with the cape to finish a run? So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a story that we want to watch develop through time here with these runners.
Yep, 100%. The meta strategy of that safety versus speed is huge. I wonder if we'll see by the end of the weekend some really aggressive play. Like, I'd love to see someone try to get a Crocman teleporter to really speed their way through these levels.
So here's a question. When you're in the ocean itself, you can get any of the random biomes. Would you say that there's, like, obviously we've discussed that Temple is one that we don't want to see. We don't want to see Temple if we can help it. Are seeing, like, the grotto coming out, is that like a bit of a breather, or like, do you want to see more than one biome and less of another?
I think Neo Babel. It's like, to me, at least as a viewer, it feels like as long as it's not Neo Babylon or a temple, that's somewhat of a relief.
Yeah, I think it kind of completely depends on the runner's comfortability with the biomes, but it is pretty universally agreed upon that temple and Neo Babylon are just extremely dangerous, and the rest of them aren't too bad. The only reason Volcana is not too liked is just if you have a jetpack as well, and falling lava or magma men just jump out at you. So I mean, all the biomes have their dangers though. Like the jungle has some tiki those witch doctors that can curse you. It's all spooky.
Could get arrow trapped into a spike in one of those World 1 levels. So yeah, there's no I don't think there's any safe biome per se. But...
There'll be a safer biome. Just there's no safe ones. It's Spelunky, but maybe a little bit safer. Like we noticed here, Spev, he's in one of those dreaded Neo-Babylon ones. And I noticed that the moment that he entered that level, there's an elevator coming down to crush him. It's like, wait, what? Why? Like, why would you place something there? And the answer is just, it's Spelunky.
Exactly. That's the answer right there. It's Spelunky. And you gotta be on your toes every time you enter a new level. Like, I've seen so many clips of just death traps spawning right above you right as you enter a new level in Cosmic Ocean. It seems actually way more common than it should be.
Well, we were talking.
It seems avoidable. So
We were talking last block. Apparently, Derek, I think, wants to put the snap traps back into Cosmic Ocean. So
oh man.
Yeah.
So just a
yeah,
quick
that seems a little. That seems a way to die pretty easily in Cosmic Ocean. There's so many things you got to focus on that like snap traps would be.
Especially one behind a coral plant or something.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Just instant death, and it also snap traps also crush the jetpack too. So it's a whole nother bad thing about them.
Yeah, good point.
So just a quick update on some of our other runners here. Twiggle is currently in 773. And we just saw Hectic there. He's reset back to 1-1. So a new run beginning for him. And Zanagir not too far into his next attempt. Up into 50 minutes there into 4-2. We got Grump in the ocean as well. Currently down at the lower levels, 719. Making his way through with the cape. DT, of course, in the ocean as well. At 716. Susanna, I believe Grump and DT there very, very close. We got Twiggle and Speth both heading their way towards the late game areas. Here's another question, actually, then. As a viewer who is watching this, and Meow Mix, I think you would have more experience in this one. While you're advancing down the Cosmic Ocean, the levels are not necessarily getting... well, question one, are the levels getting more difficult as you go down? Or is it a static difficulty from the moment you enter Cosmic Ocean?
I think it's a static difficulty throughout the whole thing. I don't think they increase enemy spawns or trap spawns or anything like that. I think it's just straight up the difficulty is the fatigue that you get throughout the whole process of you know, Spelunky is a game where you have to be a quick thinker, like from start to beginning or start to end till you either die or you win. And to do that for around 2 hours is just really hard. And Spelunky is already known as one of the most difficult games. So just keeping that up the whole time. I think mainly just the difficulty is the fatigue, but not anything that's changed in the game itself.
Yeah, you've just answered my second question I was going into there. With it being a static difficulty then, it's like, what's the harder part? It's like, as you go in to the later levels here, you've been going for an hour and a half to 2 hours. It's like, do you think that fatigue is setting in? It's like, you wouldn't make a mistake in 715 that maybe you would have made up at 785 or something. And it's just that that length of time, that concentration, if it wanes for even a second. And it's like, do you feel like, I was going to say, it's like, do you feel like the longer you go, the more likely you are to make a mistake? But you've
preemptively answered it.
Yeah, Derek's talked a lot about his influences, especially with old arcade games. And I think you can feel that kind of like a really good arcade player on the same machine for hours, testing their endurance. A similar vibe with Cosmic Ocean.
It's actually a really interesting analogy there. I would never have thought the idea of just like trying to improve your time on the arcades.
It's also interesting. I mentioned the fatigue, but the game is also it's also very forgiving at the same time with the level transitions, where you can just kind of take a breather there. So it's kind of like you can take your breaks if you need to, but it still seems, at least to me, that the further you go, even with those, even if you take a breather or a break, it still seems to me like some sort of fatigue of just the run lasting so long kind of sets in, and maybe there's more pressure, just things like that.
I mean, it was. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna add. I mean, when runners were first beating Cosmic Ocean for the first time, about a month after the game came out, I mean, these runs were 4 hours. So on their streams, they would take a pretty sizable break, in the 50s or the 60s. So what you're seeing the runners do here is not easy. If you're trying to beat Cosmic Ocean for the first time, it's going to be hours and hours.
Yeah, no, definitely. It was one of those things where I was you were saying it's how you can take a nice break in between those, and then Speth came on. He's just just gonna take a sip, gonna breather. I'm safe in this menu. Nothing can get me. It's that nice moment where you can just chill.
Yeah, that is one of the interesting things about speedrunning this game, just in general. If you're not doing a real-time category like we saw yesterday with AST, it's just you have those level transitions where the timer is paused for you, so you can take that break if you need to. So it actually is a fairly friendly game for speedrunning if you're new to it as well, just because there are those breaks, which is you don't really get to see in many other speedrunning kind of games.
So I got a question from chat that people are asking. Controller or keyboard? When runners are playing Spelunky here, do they use controller? Do they use keyboard? Is it personal preference? Is there an advantage to one over the other? What do you think?
It's definitely personal preference. There's been top players that do both keyboard and controller. I don't understand how people play with keyboard, but
yeah.
A lot of these top players, they do it, and they're better. They're way better than me. But there's also, more in Spelunky HD, there was Kinnajup who played with a controller, and he had 90% of the world records or something like that. So I think it's just totally preference. You can do whatever you need to do on both, but I personally cannot do the keyboard.
And note DT, who joined us late, had a good pace on 7:25. Oh, and Group just used an Ankh.
I think that's a fairly early Ankh as well. That's 7:25 there.
Did get the cape back though, which is important. So Group's still in it, manages to survive the level despite using the Ankh.
Yeah, it does feel bad to lose that Ankh relatively early on in Cosmic Ocean. But we've seen runners complete Cosmic Ocean plenty of times without even using the Ankh, so hopefully Group can finish the rest of this without without an Ankh now.
It seems like Group is pretty well provisioned with bombs and ropes, so has a Kapala, so could recover here.
Another main like problem with, well, I mean I shouldn't say problem, but a main danger of like the temple is those cobras with the poison, because you can't cure poison in the Cosmic Ocean. The only way to cure poison is with a damsel, and there just aren't any throughout the whole entirety of Cosmic Ocean. So like having that low HP, if you do happen to get sniped by a cobra, it's really scary, and you have to grind back up your health to try and keep up with it. So it really helps to have that like health threshold before you die and use an AWP or something like that, so that it is a bit of a danger with that 4 HP, of course, but poison is one of those slow killers that if you get poisoned with 4 HP, your only hope is to find a mummy.
Yeah, that's like the one good thing about the temple. You might find a mummy, which you can blood harvest pretty well for a lot of health.
Yeah, I was going to say there, for those of us who are new to Cosmic Ocean, oh, there's an Ankh getting used on Hectic there. He's that's a very early one as well. I think that's 4-2 using the Ankh there. But quickly back to that question there, for those of us new to Cosmic Ocean, how is it that you actually are able to regenerate health in the ocean, especially since poison is such a deadly status effect that you don't want to have?
So I think most of the runners in Cosmic Ocean, yeah, all of them have, you can see that little skull cup on the very top left of their screen by the heart. That's called the Kapala. And you get that kind of over the course of the run if you sacrifice 2 damsels or like a bunch of dead enemies on these Kali altars. And that's huge because that means when a kind of piece of blood runs over you, the Kapala fills up slowly. And eventually when it fills up, you get an extra health. Note help. Oh yeah, you first.
Okay, I was just gonna say, I believe the Kapala is the only item that allows you to heal within the Cosmic Ocean. I don't think there's any other ways. So it's a very important item to get in these runs. It would make the runs actually almost not impossible, but it definitely makes the difficulty that much harder. No healing, so.
There is a guaranteed altar in 6-3 in the Tusk's Palace, so. The other thing to note about Spelunky is health is good, especially if you get poison in Cosmic Ocean. But remember, there's lots of ways to instant die, even if you have 99 health. So a lot of health only goes so far.
For sure. Gives you a false sense of security sometimes.
Yeah, speaking of that instant death there, it's the giant jellyfish coming around to you. If it touches you, then it's game over. So he's got to make sure he's navigating correctly, controlling the jellyfish's movements there, and making it through to the next floor. Up to 66 right now.
Some of our Cosmic Ocean, or players who are in Cosmic Ocean, do have an Ankh still. So if you're hit by the jelly and you have an Ankh, you can still possibly save your run.
Mm-hmm. Well, while we are waiting to see how our runners are going to progress through, we are going to take a short break here. We will be back in a couple of minutes. Before we go to our break, though, we do want to give a big shout out to our event sponsors here. Big shout out to Kaspersky and ViewSonic Elite. And of course, a massive shout out to Mossmouth for providing the $5,000 prize pool that our racers are currently competing for a part of. Grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack, folks. Get up, stretch your legs. We will be back with more Cosmic Ocean goodness in a couple of minutes. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Break the Record Live, featuring Spelunky 2. We are currently watching 7 of the top runners race through the Cosmic Ocean category of Spelunky 2 here, trying to get as deep as they can through the Cosmic Ocean to floor 799 in the quickest possible time. We currently have one finished run on the board by Krill there, coming through with a 799 in 1 hour, 41 minutes and 46 seconds. We can pop up the leaderboard quickly here. You can see the total distance our runners have made and the times they have done it in so far, alongside the prize pool that they are taking home. They are currently fighting for a share of a $5,000 prize pool provided by one of our event sponsors, Mossmouth here. Big thank you to them for the sponsors. And of course, we are joined by 2 fantastic community members here. We have Doug and Meow, and you were having a fascinating conversation there. What's going on?
Yes, I was asking Meow, do you reckon now that we have a completed time set, as runners start to get more aggressive about optimizing time, are we going to see someone try to use a teleporter in Cosmic Ocean, or is that just too wildly irresponsible? Like, in theory, you can get a teleporter from a croc pan in the temple, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's out of the question. I don't see too many people doing that and even really needing it for, you know, even getting under like an hour and a half or something like that. So I don't think it's out of the question. I don't see it happening too often in these next 2 days, but I think that totally also depends how fast these times start getting, and if you're going to want to try and beat those times, it would be worth looking into that, if taking that opportunity to use the teleporter. But it totally depends on, you know, the players and how competitive they're going to get towards as the day goes on, and how tomorrow goes as well.
We've got Twiggle almost in the 90s.
Yeah,
but...
let's have a quick switch over to Twiggle. We'll see if he can take this run all the way. You know, getting to that last 10 levels here, the nerves have got to be hitting in. It's like I would personally be sitting there going, "You've got it. You've got 10 levels. You just need to keep on pace. You just need to survive." Let's see if Twiggle can take it home.
Meow, I believe Twiggle was the first player to publicly beat Cosmic Ocean. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. He was the very first one, and it took about 5 hours.
Yeah. So 2 hours walk in the park compared to 5.
And he's also done a whole bunch of other Cosmic Ocean-based challenges that we won't really see in these next 2 days, just because we're more focused on speed here than anything. But there are certain items that just make the game. Give the game that extra challenge if you're looking for it. If $7.99 on its own is not enough for you, you can get the True Crown, the Eggplant Crown, or both, which Twiggle has actually completed the Cosmic Ocean with both at the same time. So call that the Triple Crown run.
So I'm just having a look at Twiggle's resources here. Currently sitting with 27 bombs, 26 ropes, and has Vlad's cape. So compared to the jetpack, which gives you a lot of any directional mobility, the cape only prevents you from, well, it slows you down from falling, which is nice, but there's no upward momentum there. Do we think Twiggle has enough ropes to get towards the final couple of floors here?
Well, keep in mind, if you need to, you can also get to the top of the level by going down, since it infinitely loops in all directions. But yeah, ropes will still be super useful in a bunch of other conditions. And only about like 8 more levels, so a lot of bombs and a lot of ropes.
Yeah, and he has the Vlad's cape with the spring boots, which is actually a really good combination because the cape gives you double jump, and then you also have the spring boots that increase your jump height by a block. So, and it actually applies to both your jumps. So the mobility with that combination is actually very strong. So I think he has plenty of resources to make it to 799 at this point.
Here we go. Some final tests in the 90s at the Neo Babylon level, although maybe not quite as dangerous since he doesn't have an explodable jetpack. That's one big advantage of Vlad's cape. It's probably also why he has so much health. You fill your Kapala more efficiently wearing the cape.
Yeah, full health right now, 99 health. Of course, as you say, it's kind of a little bit, not necessarily, like, it's not a false sense of security, but there's a lot of things that can just instantly kill you, so that 99 health may not necessarily mean much in the grand scheme of things.
Yep.
Yeah, as long as you are aware that that is a thing with this game. I know pretty early on when people were getting like 99 HP, some of them would just get overly confident with when the game was like first out. But obviously, we've all learned.
The other thing to note about Twiggle's got the alien compass, which is possible because he went the harder Duat route. So it's the one item that tells you where the exit is in Cosmic Ocean, which can be a big help.
Yeah, the alien compass is pretty invaluable, and it's as you can imagine, it's also a really good item for speed, just for finding those exits more quickly. You can make do without it just fine. There are ways to figure out where the exit is faster than normal just by popping the bubbles and kind of gauging where the jelly comes from. But yeah, it is pretty invaluable, as we noticed before with I forget who it was. It was Speff. Yeah, sorry. Speff was having some trouble finding the exit that one time on the temple.
I guess the RNG dream would be to go the alien compass route through Duat and then chance upon a really light jetpack in Neo Babylon or something, right? Best of both worlds.
Yeah, for sure. I've seen people do jetpack Duat a lot. Well, not taking the jetpack into it, but you can kind of store it before going into temple with Waddler and then pick it back up.
Right. Do you think we're going to see that strategy at all this weekend?
Yeah, it depends if they want to get the alien compass. I mean, that's the main benefit there. So if they get an early enough jetpack, I think it's definitely possible that we'll see it. The main reason to not do that though, is because you can't get the clone gun. So a lot of players, there's an up and down to go into either way, alien compass or the clone gun. And as you've seen, using the clone gun on that bag of rewards that you get from the Sun Challenge, it maxes out your bombs and ropes, which is like also a huge bonus. So I think it kind of just depends like how many resources they have.
Right, and you could do a kill and skip instead of going to Duat as well.
Yeah, exactly. That is another thing. In fact, it's normally faster to do the kill and skip, so I don't know if we've seen any players do that today. I could have missed it, but it normally saves a few minutes.
Yeah, we've seen a couple, I believe, kill and skips, at least one. But I someone should correct me if I'm wrong. I do believe Twiggle did actually go through Duat on this run.
Yeah, he has that tablet, so he must have.
So something interesting I just noticed there that Twiggle was doing, he opted to go and find the other orbs while leaving an orb that was close to the exit alive.
Yeah, that's a pretty common strategy, just because it makes it so much easier to, like, when you pop that last orb, to know where the jelly's coming from, how to modify its movement to just get to the exit quickly. It's just a safer thing to do in a lot of cases, if you know it's going to be really close to the exit.
Mm-hmm. We're seeing the last remaining floors here. 4 more floors to go for Twiggle.
Yeah, if he gets this completion, that'll be a pretty nice solid second place for a little while. We'll see how far these times get pushed down overall. But it's pretty early in the day already for these kind of categories, so it's pretty awesome that we're getting some completions so early.
Yeah, and we have 3 other runners kind of hot on his heels in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and Xana also early on in CO. So could, in theory, see a whole kind of smattering of completions coming up.
For sure, and we have Spef with a pretty good pace here in 782. It looks like it could probably, if he keeps up this pace, he could probably get under Krill's time.
While we are heading through the last 2 levels here, we're going to bring in another community caster here. We have Tic Tac 4 coming in. Doug, you are more than welcome to hang around for the end of this Twiggle run here. We want to see how this goes out live. It'll be really fun. Hello, Tic Tac 4.
Hello there.
Coming in for the end of Twiggle's run here. He's got a couple more floors to go.
Yeah, very exciting. I'm glad to see some completions today already.
Yeah, it's 2 a.m. here in Australia, but I want to see through the end of this Twiggle run. We're so close.
I'm a pretty big fan that Twiggle went through the temple and Duat to get to the Cosmic Ocean. That's my usual route I go to, so it's cool seeing that represented here.
Just waiting for that arrow. It's like, I know it's there. I gotta get that arrow. Go away, arrow. It's like just whipping until that arrow finally gets hit. Look at everything just falling down here on this floor. What is going on?
Nice Cosmic Ocean loop.
Oh, there we go.
First
Nailed
try.
It's like an old silent movie comedy or something.
Yeah, sometimes these dwelling levels can be a bit claustrophobic, and then adding the loop into it with falling items, it's making it even more scary. Yeah, plenty of bombs to get through the rest of these 2 levels, though. Not too worried about that. We gonna finish with the web gun? That'd be pretty great.
Web gun completion.
I haven't found too much of a use for the web gun in general in Spelunky 2, besides just being silly for the most part.
That's that's the main purpose for it, I think.
Oh, swapping to the ice ray though.
Oh, and a Neo. Oh, Babylon. No, the elevator. I saw that.
It's very close.
It's like that Neo went up a few octaves there. It's like, what? The final floor here for Twiggle. Just needs to get through 798 here.
Yeah, see all these bombs getting used. Take care of those traps.
If you've got the resources at this point, you might as well use the...
Oh!
What happened there? That was awkward.
Oh boy.
They froze the UFO, it didn't break, and then they bopped it, and then it broke and exploded. Just a very awkward interaction.
You saw Twiggle shaking his head there. He's like, no, that's not how it went in my mind. I envisioned that differently.
Someone grab a highlight of that too.
I'm so glad he had 99 HP when that happened. Down to 88 now. That was a big drop. There's the bubble. Here comes the jellyfish. It's the final run to the gate. And GG's to Twiggle.
Well done.
Hey!
The Cosmic Ocean. The thumbs up coming out there.
Animus Fidelis.
Nice.
Yeah, great constellation there.
And that's GG's, and that is a second place time as well. Looking, you can see the standings at the bottom of the stream right now. That puts Twiggle in second, finishing second runner today to finish to finish all the Cosmic Ocean, to hit that 799. And doing it in 2 hours 14. So now the question for Twiggle is, can he do it again? And can he do it faster? But of course, hot on his heels right now. Not far behind. Also coming in to the final 10 levels is Speff. Let's have a look at Speff. Let's see if Speff manages to close out his run here. And with the end of that run there, we are going to say goodbye for now to Doug. You want any final words right now? I do believe you're coming back later on.
Yeah, I'll be back tonight with I believe with my buddy Colin Northway. So looking forward to it. I'm tempted to stay up all night watching this, but I better go to bed. But enjoy. This is great. Been really enjoying these runs.
Definitely looking forward to hearing how things go towards the end of the evening here as well. We will see you then. But for now, thank you for joining us. We'll catch you next time.
See ya.
But for us, we are still here. I have Meow and Tic Tac Fo joining us. And we are going to see Speff go through these final 9 rooms here. 91 to 98 is 9. Is it? I don't know. Math. No, it's not. It's 8. I'd say if you include itself, it's 8.
But Speff's on an amazing pace here. 115 into the 90s is pretty dang fast.
Could be.
Yeah, that is ridiculously fast.
It could be sub 130 here. Very, very good chance that Speff can knock Krill off the top spot there, taking first place. Again, for those of you who are not aware of how this is working, it is not only distance that our runners need to complete here, it is also time. Distance is the primary standing, but if we have more than one runner finish the Cosmic Ocean, which we have right now, we have 2, it then goes down to time. So not only do you have to get to the end of the Cosmic Ocean, you also have to do it in the fastest possible time. So
Oh my.
Oh wow.
That was so
Spef
crazy.
having a bit of an issue there. Looking at Spef's face, like you can see the face just rising up a little bit, just like, what is going on here? Like, hello?
Yeah, he tried to stomp on a bubble, and there's a kind of a tight hitbox for doing that sometimes, and if you bump into it without stomping it, it will knock you down and stun you, and it just did that on one of those clams that'll crush you and insta kill. So it was pretty lucky that the clam didn't close, but I'm sweating from just watching that.
Yeah, I would love a clip of that again. Yeah, the clam's activation tile is right in the middle of it, so you're generally safe on the outsides, but it's still nervous.
Yeah, just especially with being at 792 with this kind of pace, that's very nerve-wracking.
Doing very well to get to the exit there. I'm always a bit nervous as well when speedrunners go into the loop. There's always a chance that something's just falling continuously there and can always just bop you on the way.
Yeah, we saw that on Twiggle's run there. We saw a skeleton, unfortunately, just endlessly falling through the void. It's like, I gotta take him out before I move. We don't want him hitting us, so playing it safe, just to make sure nothing is gonna wrap down and surprise you.
Yeah, I would like to think that the racers are being, or the speedrunners are being updated on what the time to beat is and what have you, but sometimes when you're in these last little bits of the run, you just gotta tunnel vision and focus in on what's important.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, Sunken City layout here. Always keeping an eye out for the poison arrow traps. I find the Sunken City levels are the ones where my eyes are wandering all over the place a lot more than the other levels. Looks like Groomp had a reset there, starting over again from the beginning.
Oh man. Yeah, he made it to 759, it looks like. It is kind of crazy that at this early on, 759 is second to last place.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think that's pretty insane. These players are just so good.
All of them have been putting in tons of practice before the event too, and we've seen them get to Cosmic Ocean and having it immediately end there, and then go the distance as well. It's a real roller coaster, even just in practice. Yeah, and even DT is in the 70s at sub 1 hour.
Yeah, the pace that these runners are going at is extraordinary.
You want to see some jellyfish wrangling from Spef here. It's pretty simple to do, but you do have to practice it a few times just to get the hang of it. Kind of get over that jellyfish fear.
Down to the final 3 levels for Spef. We are definitely looking like sub 130 is gonna happen here.
It's on the cards. It's very close, and a double orb there, which is nice. But
Yeah,
we're gonna
makes this
see
a
where
quick
that-
level.
Yeah, wouldn't be a finale without some Neobab to round it out. I like that elevator hit there. Elevators are kind of like the silent assassins in Neobab. They're really hard to hear, especially if they're coming down and you're looking down. It can end a run pretty quick. This is a pretty sizable Neo-Babylon as well. Not really liking the looks of that.
And it looks like the orbs are towards the center as well, which is making it harder to navigate.
And the orbs do give off a little bit of an audio cue, even when they are off screen. So the racers are listening as much as they're looking for these orbs.
Aha! The orb has been spotted. And there's another one.
See that rope on the side there for Spef. Sometimes the speedrunners will use that to mark what depth the door is on, and using it well there to find it. Arrow trap helping out there. Thank you.
Last level here with one orb left.
Ooh, yes.
Oh, it's a nice
Plenty.
level.
Yeah, nice
It's a
level.
very short level there. And bang, there we go.
122.
Amazing time there. So Spef now taking first place. Another constellation showing off on Break the Record Live here. Quick show of the leaderboards for the GGs to Spef there. You can see the leaderboard overall right now, the positioning. That 799 in 122.34 puts Spef into first place, knocking Krill down into second and Twiggle into third. Really good run there. Very nicely done. And of course, it is still early though. Like, that's the really impressive thing that keeps getting brought up here. It's like a lot of us weren't predicting runs to finish this early.
Yeah, no, I was definitely expecting half the day to be spent before we saw first completion, but this is amazing.
First 2 hours, and then the runs just keep coming. So again, quick leaderboard overview there. You can see the standings. You can see the prize money that is taking home as well. Prize money provided by one of our event sponsors, Mossmouth. So big thank you to them. And while we are having a look, we do know that DT is on a very good pace at the moment as well. Currently sitting in 75. We'll take a look at DT once DT hits up towards the 90 floors there. We're going to take a quick look over at Grump here. So can both of you help explain here just how the start of the run goes? Because we've just watched two runners go through the Cosmic Ocean, and the Cosmic Ocean is the bulk of the run here. But what do our runners need to do to even get to Cosmic Ocean? Like, explain how the early game of this category works, if you can.
Sure. Yeah, so you start off in the dwelling, and you have the option to go to jungle or volcana, and either path works there. The main thing you need to get is the Hui bow in the moon challenge, which is what Grump is currently doing right now. You see him holding that bow here. You have to do this challenge to get the bow, but it does appear in either direction you go. And there are various benefits to going to one path over the other, but I won't really touch on that right now. So once you get the bow, you then need to bring that all the way to the Sunken City. And there's a character that will help you named Waddler, who stores your items, and you can pick it up later from him in Sunken City. So we'll see Group carrying that all the way to Olmec, which is where Waddler is hiding out, and we can bring that to Sunken City. But then once you beat Olmec, you get to choose between another 2 paths, between the Temple and Tide Pool. And again, there are some benefits to going one way over the other, just depends. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of, there's a few different reasons, but to do the normal path, you get the, you have to get Excalibur. I'm trying to, like, it's hard to tell the whole path in like a single phrase here, but
Well, I can take over for you.
Yeah.
After the Olmec fight, where you drop off the bow, you're choosing your Tide Pool path or your Temple path, and you'll be collecting a tablet from a boss, depending on which one you go to. Temple, you're fighting Osiris. In Tide Pool, you're fighting Abzu. And this tablet will change its description every time you look at it in your inventory. And what it's telling you is the final clue to find the Ubshati in Neo-Babylon. You'll see the racers, if they choose to go this way, they'll be in a room with like 100 plus Ubshatis, all with different descriptions and markings, and you have to get the specific one, kind of like the Holy Grail, if you will. And that will unlock Chillin, who is a flying goat demigod, I believe. And that will allow you to skip the Tiamat fight, which is the first credits roll boss of the game. And that'll take you to Sunken City. That's where you're gonna recollect the bow you gave to Waddler. And then you also have to complete the Sun Challenge to collect the Arrow of Light. And that Arrow of Light is gonna get paired with the bow, which you need to fire at the final boss, Hundun. After defeating its 2 heads, you shoot its single eye, and that'll take you to the Cosmic Ocean. But what we'll see a lot of the racers doing today is skipping that entire chain, because we're trying to go fast. And to do that, there's a few ways to skip the chillin' requirement of it all. And jetpack, you can do a skip with just the jetpack, but there's a bunch of other skips with Vlad's cape and climbing gloves. There's also been a recent new chillin' skip that has been discovered a little while ago, where you actually don't need anything. You can do it low percent with bubbles and ropes and some very precise timing. I doubt we'll see that today, but it's very exciting strategy. And that's yeah, the short and long of it, I guess.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up there. Yeah, there's kind of a lot of steps, but the one thing that you definitely need is that bow.
I actually find collecting the bow the most tedious part of the Cosmic Ocean run, because you have to do that Maddock challenge, and if you're grinding it for 2 days worth, you might find yourself doing that challenge over and over. But looks like Groompier chose to go the Tide Pool route, gain some sacrifices in the Kali here, and here's another speedrunning option for the runners here. They're doing the Star Challenge, and in Tide Pool you have to light all these torches, and you're rewarded with the clone gun. So this clone gun will fire 3 shots, and it will clone nearly anything in the game. You can even clone yourself if you get a beam and ricochet it off. It's pretty entertaining. But what our razors will do is they will either carry it or give it to Waddler to go to Sunken City. And then when they complete the Sun Challenge, along with getting the Arrow of Light, they'll also get a supply pack, which is filled with 22 bombs and ropes, I think. And they'll recollect that clone gun and clone that supply pack. So by the end of, by the time they're in Cosmic Ocean, they'll have 99 bombs and 99 ropes.
Yeah, so that's the major benefit of going Tide Pool is the clone gun, and if you have the jetpack, you can just kind of carry it throughout the whole thing, because you can do the chill and skip, as TTF was talking about. And
which I imagine we'll see Groomp doing here once we get that far.
Yeah, for sure. The primary benefit for going to the temple, though, but the caveat is you do have to go Volcana as well, is the alien compass, as Van Horsing will give that to you. And we saw Twiggle have that in his Cosmic Ocean run.
Yeah, the compass is a very helpful item in the Cosmic Ocean. It's one of the only items that has like a specific use for the Cosmic Ocean, I'd say. It'll point to where the exit is, which is real nice. It kind of saves a quarter of that finding puzzle there.
Yeah, normal compass doesn't quite cut it there.
Looks like Groom's gonna just carry the clone gun. It saves a bit of time. You don't have to find Waddler to drop it off and pick it up again. But it is risky.
Yeah, and he took the time to go into the wet fur area of the ice caves because there's a guaranteed drop of spike shoes there, which makes killing Hundun, the boss in Sunken City, way easier.
Yeah, you can just use those spikes to bop the heads. I wonder if Groomp was looking for ropes there too. You're also guaranteed a bunch of ropes in that wet fur. And one of the chillin' skips involves just roping up the middle with a jetpack, which is a little safer than the jetpack skip where you jetpack over to one of the sides, which is my favorite skip. It's the one I'm familiar with.
Yeah, for Groomp in particular, I've seen him mainly do the go up the side, so I'm sure that's what we'll see here in just a few seconds.
And here's Tiamat. Hey Tiamat, we're just gonna skip you and move along.
See ya, Tiamat.
And we'll see our highlighted chillin' skip here from Groomp. Looks like we're doing the right side skip here, yep. So we're timing between the lasers. We want to set down right there to reset the jetpack, and that'll take us with enough fuel all the way to the top. And we've effectively skipped the entire chain to get here because it's much faster, and we're speedrunning, trying to break the record live.
That was great. But that was really awesome to watch. They're just seeing how the beginning of the Cosmic Ocean comes out. And then, of course, just straight up the top, like, whoa, where's that? And then heading up through, using the giant rocket into 7-1.
It is also just really cool to see how smooth Groomp made the chill and skip look. You know, just dodging all those energy balls and lasers, and it just looked really seamless.
Yeah, it took many days to perfect that skip amongst the community, and once it was realized that it could be done, then all the different ways of doing it just started being discovered, and it was really great. So you see Groomp taking a nice little break here on the mother statue. If you sit here for, I think it's 20 seconds, 15 seconds, you get 4 HP. which was, I think, a discovery that was just kind of found as a joke. One of the community members finding it there, and like, oh, you get HP. So Groomp didn't get the Sun Challenge spawned on 7-1, and you need that to happen to be able to clone the supply bag here. So that's a little bit of bad RNG. It happens like 1 out of 10 times, maybe less than that. So you saw Groom just wasting the clones on the ghost pot there.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Bringing the clone gun all the way there just to not get any of the payoff.
But this is the Sun Challenge. It's pretty simple. If you're using these strats, you just go up into a corner and wait for the time to run out. And there's that arrow of light we're gonna put onto our bow for the Hundun teleport into the ocean. Now you can fire this arrow. It's not a one-use shot. It'll deal 10 damage, so be careful on the ricochets. It's something weird about Spelunky, how the arrows don't usually pass through enemies. They'll ricochet back at you. So you gotta kind of be careful with your shots, as you see Groom shooting some off here. Oh, going into the frog?
Kills the big frog for fun.
There is a character you can unlock there the first time going in. And then a chance of some crates being in there. But usually there's not much reason to go in there. Looks like T has made it to the 90s.
92 at the moment. We're going to switch over. We're going to watch T try and come out here. 1:14 pace at the moment. Very, very close to Speff here. The question is, can he close it out? He has 7 more levels to do, 6 more levels to do now. Can he do it in 8 minutes? And we're going to see
that level there.
Quick levels there. Yeah, it's looking like DT will probably be able to just get under this best pace if he keeps this up.
Needs to find the exit here. Not hitting that last bubble just yet. Then the bubbles do give a little bit of information when you pop them. They'll have a bigger splash animation depending on what order you're going. You see that third one has a pretty big splash on it, and that's a nice indication for being in Cosmic Ocean. I believe it didn't always have that. You'd have to keep track yourself, which made it a bit more confusing in runs, especially if a bubble got destroyed off screen. So thank you, Mossmouth and the devs, for updating that. It's very much appreciated. Yeah, it makes different sounds too.
So the exit has been found there. Unfortunately, we need to find the orbs. And there was one. DT is hunting around looking for... There's a good one. One more to go. Ideally, you want it probably up in the top right here.
Yeah, that should open up the loop for DT to just go to the right and to the exit.
Unfortunately, it doesn't quite look like it.
And the loop is really interesting too, because like a lot of the other items and enemies in the game, it has its positives and negatives, where, you know, it gives a bunch of mobility for the speedrunner, but it can also have its own traps. If you get lava going through there, or even just water going through there, can screw up your if you're floating with a cape or the jetpack through it.
Aha! The orb has been found. The jellyfish is free. It's the sprint to the gate now. And down to the final 3.
It's about 5 minutes to do these last 3 levels, which is entirely possible.
1:22:34, exactly 5 minutes now to try and get these 3 levels complete. We know Speth got a really good level at the end of his run. He got jellyfish, please. Jellyfish. What are you doing? But yeah, Speth got a really quick final area. We've seen DT get quite a few quick rooms as well. Just needs to close that out here. Oh, that jellyfish was close. And then something exploded. When you see things raining down in a Cosmic Ocean here, it's like, oh no.
It's actually something to think about too. Every time you enter a level, I always kind of look for a ceiling above me because there could just be random explosions setting things off.
Here we go. Final level. Has 4 minutes to do it. Finishing in the tide pool biome. Entrance has been found.
Exit here.
One more orb and knows where the exit is, so...
This looks like a smaller level too.
It's
Yeah.
like a sub 120 here. Needs
Bottom
those
left.
orbs.
There it is.
There it is. Sub 120.
GG's on DT. There we
Well
go.
played.
Another, like that's 4 completions in the space of like 5 hours of this event being going on for day 2 here, for the first day of Cosmic Ocean. That is insane. That is amazing. Very well played there.
Great stuff. Great to see.
There's the smile from
Extremely
DT. There
fast,
we
too.
go. Big smile coming out there. It is extremely fast. 1:18:55 is the new time to beat. Fantastic play there. Well done.
Yeah, DT's first run of the day too, getting it complete. Here we have
Nice.
Hectique doing the side skip again on the right.
Yep. He's got to get up through the lasers and makes it look easy. He also has the clone gun. The question will be, will he get the challenge to use it? That was absolutely amazing there. That was another lead change has happened. DT now taking the top spot, knocking Speth down to second, Krill to third, and Twiggle to fourth. We've got Hectic here, Grump, and Zanagir still trying to finish their first attempt at Cosmic Ocean. Of course, everybody still has the full 24 hours to do it. 12 hours today, 12 hours tomorrow. Still plenty of time to see our runners do that. And while we have Hectic here, he's going through the Sunken City here. We are going to take a quick ad break. We're going to go and, we're going to refresh ourselves. You take this time to go refresh yourselves as well. Give a big shout out to our event sponsors here, to Kaspersky, to ViewSonic Elite, and of course to the Mossmouth for providing the $5,000 prize pool that our racers here are competing for. So a big thank you to them. Everybody grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack. We will be back in about 3 minutes.